I'll click go live. Episode is Sunya cubed and friends.
I apologize if I disappear again at any point. It's happened the last several weeks, and it's really getting on my nerves now.
And we have to try our best to immediately notice when you're gone.
True.
It's fine. You don't have to notice me going. I have no point.
Oh, you have point. You have relevance.
You have point.
You are literally 33% of this party. We need you.
You're the voice
I
of
was-
...
You're the voice of fire and death. Who would ramble on about fire and death if you weren't here?
Sometimes I talk about ice now that I've got ice powers.
Yeah, see, who would talk about like killing all the innocents if you weren't here?
I mean, they
mayor?
might prefer that I didn't talk about killing all the innocents.
We have
mean-
had talks about that.
What's a story without a good balancing act of
Wait,
light
wait,
and
have
dark?
you all had talks about me behind my back?
What? Who talks
No.
about you?
You just did.
That is not a thing.
No, we have had talks, as in like you and I.
Oh, okay. That wasn't what I heard. Sorry.
I was trying to make a joke at the like.
I was like,
We've talked about this. Stop with the bad murder death.
I was like, would my best friend Sunya betray me like that? I don't believe so, but
Never.
Unlikely. You and Sunya have known each other for much longer than anyone else on the crew has known
Including
anyone
Sunya
else.
and Sunya.
Yeah, you've known Sunya longer than Sunya's known Sunya. And Sunya! Not even Sunya has known Sunya as long as you've known Sunya.
Oh, wait a minute. Thanks to that, it means that this Sunya's not fucking a month old anymore.
That's true. Sunya is 150 years old plus.
Yay!
Like
Youngest to
100
oldest, technically.
150.
150 summit.
It depends how you count it. If you count it by the amount of time they've lived through, like 151 and a month, but they also skipped everyone skipped like 6 months forward in time at one point.
There was also a
So
bunch of
you're-
time loops, which may or may not have counted.
You may be 152, but like plus or minus about a year, and that should keep you.
Excellent.
Your age has a margin of error.
So still really young as far as elves go. Well, half elves.
Yeah.
Half elves die at roughly the same time humans do. Sunya is.
I thought they got a bit more than that.
They don't live much long. They don't live much longer than humans.
Yeah, but Sunya's just weird and is probably immortal anyway. So
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
at this point,
Sunya's-
Sunya's only half-elf in shape.
Sunya's definitely. I mean, the Sunya that is a god, which is the one that has lived for 150 years, is definitely immortal. So it's a moot point on that one, and the other two is like. Meh.
It's great that Sunya has celebrated 2 Christmases but 0 birthdays.
and is 150.
Yeah.
I mean, you and Fume would have celebrated birthdays in the 100-year time void.
Nah, we were too
Cortland.
busy.
Fair enough.
Court learns that and he's like, alright, I'm festive, but not festive enough to do 150 of both of those things up back to back.
It's Christmas
Sorry.
again, Fume. We've still got no decorations.
Ben's still salty because he was basically gone for like 1,000 years, and he's just like,
Ah, shut up, Ben. You're more powerful for it. I just got more insane.
Exactly, you're a dragon, you get stronger off that.
That doesn't mean I like to just have 1,000 years of my life removed. I would like to live that with the rest of you guys, you know.
Oh,
Aww. Hope's the dragon.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's a lot of hugs.
On the desk. On the desk.
And
He's
then,
like, oh no, my keyboard.
put
No,
the,
he's
the
li-
bat on
little
his
crackle.
head.
Little crackle comes out of Colt's foot. He's like, no, it's turned it off. No, it was updating.
Terry doesn't know what's going on. He's just chewing on his shoe.
those are my magic shoes.
Exactly. So they're harder for Cherry to get for Terry to get through.
Cherry.
Next child's name found.
Oh. Anyway, what actually happened last time is you all jumped in the ring, but we can say this happened just before that.
Yeah.
Wait, no, actually, what did happen last time?
Well, we're going to see
Moon.
that. We're going to see that. Yeah, we're going to see that Colin guy who is the hoity-toity mirror has inherited his land. He's had it for a while, but when we got to the planet, the moon, which is I'm just associating it with the moon from the Mighty Boosh, kept on getting in the way and prevent warping our ship away from it. But it seems to only work on ships, so we've gone into Fume's ring, given the ring to Tikio, and Tikio is now flying Iron Giant style down onto the planet below.
Ah, yes, and everyone inside the ring has agreed that if everything fucks up, we'll enjoy spending an eternity in the ring, floating through space till someone finds us.
Need bloody faith in my capabilities, I swear.
The last thing we left off with was TKO flying just past the moon's cloudy layer. Immediately, TKO, you get a... TKO, can you roll me... do you have any, like, tool proficiencies? Or
Yes.
actually, roll me... What tool proficiencies do you have?
Navigators, Tinkers, and that's a vehicle's proficiency, which is space vehicles.
Roll
Navigators
me...
and Tinkers.
Roll me either space vehicles or tinkerers. And both of them at intelligence.
21.
Sure. You are aware that you are being or about to be scanned. And just as you are, a virtual mask appears over your face. Also, everyone in the ring, a virtual mask would appear over your faces as well. Everyone in the ring, it's immediately apparent to you that you are wearing White Mask's mask.
Smask.
Although TKO doesn't really understand what's going on.
But
Because-
Tikio would probably just default the. It probably just will be a scanning system to check for weapons and shit, which it's going to find. Unless it's able to scan intentions as well, in which case it'll find just landing.
You do get scanned, but as far as you can tell, nothing comes of it.
I mean, if it's White Mask's mask, I know TKO doesn't know this, but Colt will. He'll just go, well, he knows who we are, so he should know that we're not hostiles.
Also, as soon as TKO is pretty sure the scanning is over, the white mask on all of you just disappears.
I'm guessing TKO wouldn't know that was happening inside the ring. He'd probably just think it was on him.
Yeah.
Continues flying.
Roll me an initiative, TKO.
Right, so up. Open the sheet.
Wow, Fume, when did you get
And
the coffee machine?
He'll also have Gift of Alacrity up, so there'll be that as well.
I thought some people didn't like the drinks cabinet, so I thought I may put something for the people who are not into alcohol.
I just thought I'd insert a little bit of banter while there was an initiative going on.
Yeah, there's the coffee
you
machine, there's
nailed
the hot
it.
chocolate station as well.
Ooh.
You managed.
Holy shit! 31 on initiative. Jesus.
Yeah, you receive an automated message which tells you that you're about to cross a quarantine zone, but you are permitted to pass because you have White Mask's authentication, and White Mask can go wherever they like. So
Danger,
you guys
Will
go
Robinson.
where you like. But you do. The initiative is you manage to react in time to this message where you can stop before crossing it, if you want to. You'll be aware that you'll be able to enter freely, but things
So
will be impossible until the quarantine is over.
the message was it. I'm in a quarantine zone. Did it specify anything else?
Not roll me medicine, actually.
And also, what was that second bit? Was it a case of if I cross, I can't go back?
Yeah, crossing means escape is impossible until the quarantine ends.
He's not very good at medicine.
It says some other stuff, but it's like weird medical jargon that you don't really understand.
Can I at least record it?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. It's because it says you can't go back. Is Fume able to just do the whole ring thing in like indefinitely at will?
Sorry?
Is Fume able to just zap people in and out of her ring at will? There's no like stress or count to it.
I think it's like 3 times a day technically. Or no, it's my charisma value worth of times.
Also like 10.
I believe I'm only at 20 charisma. I think I'm a character who's lives by the normal ways of things.
Okay.
Lives by
There was me
mortal
just trying to
rules.
there was me just trying to big Fume up.
I will say actually it's 7. I've got 24 charisma. I've forgotten how my character was built. I wasn't looking at the sheet.
Ah, yes,
See?
You forgot.
mortal rules.
You forgot. You forgot what your primary stat was.
Yeah, like 100%. The number of times I've had to use any of my stats recently has been basically 0.
That's like me forgetting Colt's wisdom score, which he uses for literally everything that he
Do you want to know my
does.
wisdom score?
Is it like 8? Like
It
total?
is 8.
Mine is
My wisdom
Holy
score is
shit!
0.
How did I get that?
I've got 11.
I have an 8 for wisdom, and I'm like my
It's a
second
negative
highest.
1 for modifier.
Yeah, my second highest score after my charisma is my constitution, which is a 21.
That's pretty
Nice.
good.
Yeah, Tikio, because he got the good initiative, he would double back, go to the ship, and just bring the information with him, like the medicine jargon. If that's cool, Joe.
I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Gets back, like, flies back up, gets back on the ship, out the airlock, taps the ring, tink, tink, tink.
I think outside wants us.
I think that's the signal to get out.
Do you guys get out of the ring?
That's not in my control.
Bamf.
Okay.
Bamf.
You all poof and you're outside of the ring.
In the ship.
We're
In
just
the
carrying our hot chocolates.
Needed to let all of your organics know that planet is under quarantine. If we gone in, apparently we're not allowed back out. And
For how
we gotta
long?
read-
What does the medicine jargon say? Like, again, copied it, just puts it onto the screen for anyone who's good at medicine. To know what it means.
Anyone
I'm a battle droid, not a medical droid. Ye tell me.
Puts it on the screen.
Oh,
anyone can roll medicine if
oh
they
yeah,
wish.
with my flat 0, definitely. Nice. I am excellent at medicine.
Bop. Oh, come on, Colt. God damn it. You had a good modifier. Eh. We don't really have anyone who's good with medicine and like, you know, germs and things.
Ben, what science? Oh, wait a minute. Best child. All of my children turn their head. Shit.
Sorry, I was. Yeah, none of you really know what the medical jargon means.
Yeah, you might
are
have to
you-
give it the best child.
Are you calling discovery?
yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Discovery. Where is your character? Oh, there.
God, I've really abandoned down.
Yeah, he's been hanging around with the demons for ages.
Down is having a wonderful time dancing.
Yeah, as
Down
long as
is
he's happy, that's all that
Thing
matters.
that dance.
I
Yeah, he's
don't know
hanging
who
around
that
with
is.
It's the War Strider that Sunya made out of a
Graham,
rock.
this one.
Played that
It's a War
magic card.
Strider that. Yeah, it's a War Strider that Sunya made out of a stone. But yeah, he's just hanging around with the martial artists who are teaching him different dance moves.
He sacrifices creatures to see possible futures.
Does he? Oh, that's even better.
That's literally what he does in the card game. You sacrifice him to scry, so you look at the top
Good-
card of your deck and you put it bottom or top.
Oh, I'm so proud
Good
of
thing
my
this isn't-
child. That's
Good
definitely
thing
not
this
what
isn't
it
a
does in
card
this
game.
game.
Yeah, good
mean-
thing this isn't a card game.
I mean, that's where it comes from, so it
Yeah.
should do the thing the card game says because it's from a card game.
As far as I remember,
Discovery knows exactly what's going on.
the only special thing about the actual game one is like it has an anti-magic cone or something.
Sure. So, did any of us work out what the time when the quarantine was?
No,
The
but
T-Rex has figured something out.
Discovery walks in and it's like, he just hears the medical jargon that none of you understand, but just the dinosaur will tell you, oh yeah, it's some like mind controlling body snatching virus or something.
Uh-huh.
I doubt the quarantine will be lifted until it's been cleared out.
It sounds like something that
So-
it sounds like something that a mayor would make.
Amir, did you make this?
Uh,
Does she appear from the ducts again?
Did you? Did you do a bad?
da-da-da. Have I?
Gremlins out of a vent.
She always does. Meg goes, wasn't me, but it is inspiring though. I should go work on something like that.
Honestly, Amir, sometimes you know what you need to do. You need to learn when to stop talking.
Mayor, you know how you kind of do mostly not nice things?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to speed this whole process up, would you be able to like think about making a reverse version of this rather than a actual, like something that stops mind control viruses,
Like a cure.
Exactly,
like
mate.
a
Imagine if
cure or a vaccine or something like that?
exactly,
yeah.
mate. What if somebody targeted you with this mind controlling parasite? Wouldn't it be great to be afflicted by it?
That's very good point. Which one of you is most comfortable with me?
Court bolts out of the room.
I'm very upset that you made a noise. I was waiting for just silence for a minute straight.
Sunya!
No, not me.
Glues-
we've
she-
already
she
got an
un-
idea.
She untwists one of her fingers and is like attempting to glue it to the back of your neck. Just come here.
No,
No, let me.
impenetrable
on.
ball.
Let me do it.
No.
Come on. It's the only way to get a sample of it and then start making a cure. Come here.
No,
here.
we're all in an impenetrable ball. Fuck off.
You'll not get a sample off of any of them. We haven't been in there yet. I flew into low orbit and found it from there.
Will you take this finger?
I haven't been in contact with the quarantine zone. I reckon your efforts will be wasted.
Yeah, but it'll just when you're there, it'll send out a couple of little drones, and they'll go harvest some samples of it while you're there, and then they'll return back to the little mothership, which is inside my finger conveniently.
It is a crying shame that I can't sigh.
Just let me
Fine.
like, stick it. Okay, there you go. She just like sticks it to the back of you. Nice. It wiggles.
Sweet. I'ma head out. I'll be back in a bit.
Thank you very much. As soon as I get results, I'll start synthesizing a cure.
Okay, for now,
And I'll communicate with myself on the ship to let you know what's happening.
Do you want me to come with you?
Processes. Fucking the buffering symbols appear in his eyes.
I'm willing.
I can do.
Yeah.
Unless the mare is willing, she'll have to roll athletics because he's just going to grab her ankle and start flying.
Grab her
Yeah,
ankle
she's
and
willing.
swing her like a cat.
I'm
She's,
going to roll athletics anyway.
she's willing for this to occur.
not like she'd resist, be able to resist. Just
Just like-
grabs at it, and just fucking gone into space.
Do you all get back in the ring first?
What? We're going with?
I mean, I assumed you would.
I thought this was like.
I mean, you can just send a mare down there on her own.
I thought this
I mean,
was
she's
an
got
analysis
Tiki over there.
point. Although I suppose yes, that's true. If Tikio goes, you can't come back. It's fine as long as we stay in the ring, we won't be infected by anything. So I can still work on my shit in the ring, and we can mind message until it's desperate. We need to jump out.
Yeah, in that case, like dragging him out on the way.
You might want to get back in the ring.
Phew, back in the ring.
Oh well, my hot chocolate was getting low anyway. Click back in the ring.
Can't you reheat? Oh wait, getting low. I thought you meant temperature.
No volume.
Yeah.
And then you rocket back out, and I assume you head back for the moon and the quarantine barrier.
Yeah, and by this time, just fly past the quarantine. But Amir's not in the ring, by the way. She's just flailing on one of his
Oh,
hands.
oh yeah, 100%. She's just got a little helmet has automatically like jumped out of her like.
Yeah,
apparel.
like a freaking Star Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. It just goes snicked from like behind her head or something.
Yeah, and she's having a great.
Sure.
She's having a
Tiki was
great.
just not Tiki was just not being gentle with the psychopath. That is technically a threat to the ship. And going past the barrier, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Once you go past the barrier, everyone who goes past the barrier gets a little message that just says you've now entered the quarantine zone.
Thump. Superhero lands on the ground and Amir just splats on the ground next to him.
It's fine. She like reconstitutes herself like she's putty.
Because she
Like
basically is.
Just like clicks and snaps and cracks and bones reset himself and she gets back up like Deadpool.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does it
Steamroller.
disgusting. I do it like Flubber. Flubber's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like, oh, that's pretty sweet. All right, go, my little pretties. And then you see little doors on the finger open up.
Jeez.
A bunch of tiny little robots start flying off.
Oh no, she's
Like-
completed her cheese nanobots.
Oh. But yeah, it's like a pretty. I mean, from the look of the place, it's not that bad, as far as you can tell. You're just in a field somewhere.
Alright, Fume. What's your bet that we're gonna find this guy and he's gonna be like, alright, I'll help you if you help fuck this fucked up situation I've probably caused.
Probably.
I'm just taking bets in the ring.
I have faith in you.
Do you fly for like the most major settlement?
Yeah, I'll look for that to see if there is a settlement and if there's any like survivors.
Sure.
Or if they're all like mind swapped fucking brainwashed zombies or something.
Roll investigation.
Investigation Bop. 27.
Yeah, you find what seems to be a colony that seems to be a bit in ruin, but you do spy one building from the air that seems pretty intact. And you hear the occasional, like, blast of a laser rifle go off in the streets around that building. You hear and see couple of other little scenes. Like, there's fighting in a couple of other buildings around the place, but there's one big building where there's lots of fighting occurring outside.
Hmm. Am I able to like discern? The place just looks ruined, I guess.
It looks like a war has been occurring.
Hmm. Can I get
So-
close enough to see the sides that are fighting without getting caught in it? Again,
Yeah,
by like maybe doing like a long distance flyby and like investigating the lower area.
you can see one side seems to be like, imagine a human, but like they've been entirely shaved. They're kind of vomiting some like white goop, like candle wax almost the texture of.
It's white egger.
And their skin has gone incredibly pale. That is currently running at some more standard looking humanoids, all wielding weapons firing at them. Although you do notice that the pale ones are wielding like clubs and stuff.
Hmm.
Or at least some of them are.
Oh wow!
Others-
Look outside, everyone. We're in Detroit.
Regular
Wow.
Detroit.
Wow. Detroit's
Wow.
on the way up, I'll have you know.
Really?
I mean, yeah, they're doing alright.
Well done, Detroit.
They
You- you-
hit
you
they hit
pull it-
their
you-
rock they hit their rock bottom and they're coming up again.
Yeah, they hit rock bottom. Instead of smashing through rock bottom, they bounced, and now they're coming back up. You go, Detroit.
I like the Detroit Tigers. They're my favorite team.
Well, I mean, sure.
Uh,
The Lions have like won playoff games for the first time in 30 years.
Wait, really?
So-
Nice.
Yeah.
So where
so
would you
taking
like?
you- I mean, the ones that are shooting, they look like organized, and I guess they're armored, or they like got gas masks and stuff, or something like that.
Yeah, they have gas masks and they
Eh.
do appear to be wearing some body armor.
Do I test the waters? Sure. Engage anti-reality armor mode, and
Okay.
and fly through the horde of the like mangled zombie ones as fast as possible, and just like make connection with the armor with as many of them as possible, so it does the 40 damage, fixed 40 damage, and just see how well they tank it.
Sure, you leave a
I-
hole in a bunch of those like guys. I mean,
I mean,
you
with
do
a
seem
1,000 movement, I'd like to think I'd get through the whole horde.
you don't kill all of them because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
Oh,
But
but does the armor like destroy
yeah,
them in one shot?
every single one you fly through does just turn into like paste, or is left with a fatal hole through them.
Yeah, okay.
So you do kill all the ones you fly through, but there are like way too many for you to just like kill all of them in one sweep. But you do kill a good chunk.
I guess we'll continue. Do the resisting
definitely-
forces like notice?
Oh yeah, 100% they noticed like
and they go,
weird
holy
bright.
shit.
Yeah, they notice a weird bright light has just like wiped out half the things coming at them. So they're like intrigued at the very least.
U-turns for pass 2. Boom. Engages afterburners and soar right down and lead with a fireball as well. Sure, frick it, why not?
Yeah, you just start like mowing through these guys.
Wow,
They-
this nature documentary we were watching has very quickly turned into an action movie.
So fucking a fireball and then blast through any of the rest of them with the armor, so they take like 70 damage.
Yeah, you just start blasting through them. You are really murdering a bunch of these guys.
Is there any left?
Oh yeah, tons. Like, there's tons left. There's more coming out of houses all the time or other buildings, but you've definitely thinned the number that are attacking the main base.
Yeah,
So
we'll like arc up into the air, arc over, and then drop back down in superhero land next to whatever looks like a sort of like leader or commander in this resisting force.
Sure.
So Thunk lands down. Do I need to roll like a perception or like or anything like that to see if I can spot?
Are you just going for the biggest building?
Well, I'm looking at the resisting forces and seeing if there's anybody who's like shouting orders or has like the most decorated armor or anything like that.
New map.
They all appear to be wearing the same armor. You can put yourself anywhere on the street.
So I take it these are all the resisting forces.
All of the people outside are the ones that you could see. The people inside you can't see them yet.
Okay.
But
Are these
It's not
outside?
like I'm talking about. Yeah, they're inside. These guys are inside. These guys are all inside.
Okay, so far
What constitutes as outside?
I love this guy.
I haven't revealed it. That's why.
Because I'm
This-
still outside. If I'm all right, so that's where I should be going.
And this
Yeah,
guy's
this street
mustache.
Thunk.
That's because I didn't realize it wasn't revealed. Because Roll20's not very good at telling the DM what's revealed and what's not.
True.
Fair.
You can change
I
the
made-
opacity.
Yeah, but then you can't see anything.
True. Also, look, it's the statue of guy from game.
Guy from game.
Look, my brain doesn't work, and you know it doesn't. What's the cool villain from Borderlands?
There isn't one.
Handsome
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 Jack.
Jack. Thank you, everyone who's not Graham. It's the
Okay, but
hologram
yeah,
Handsome Jack.
You land there, and a bunch of them turn to you and just say, "Identify yourself." Did you cause this?
Identify as Eldritch Unit 60, codename TKO. And no, I'm part of a separate force that has entered the planet's atmosphere, only to find all this. We came here looking for the leader known as
checks databanks.
Colin. Aye, we were looking for him when we found the quarantine. If you didn't notice, evidently I'm on the side of peace and protection of a
What's the word I'm looking for?
settlement.
I mean, fair enough. Go right in. You don't appear to be infected, at the very least.
Can this thing affect constructs?
Shrugs, shoulders.
I
I
guess
doubt
we'll
it.
find out.
I'm essentially a bunch of polymer chortling and various other alloys with data banks and wires. I bet a virus can affect us.
Well, I mean, yeah, just go right on in. We could use all the help we can get.
Is the interior protected for organic life forms?
Oh yeah, when you go in, you're gonna get sprayed with some disinfectant.
Because I carry with me compatriots. They are organic.
Are they infected?
No, they've come from outside the planet, hence why they're riding in me. Or in this ring specifically.
This hermetically
they-
sealed ring.
Where are they?
On my person.
Are they really small?
I believe it is a pocket dimension that they're using.
Oh, okay. Can they come out so they can all get screened?
Aye, they will do. I just want to make sure where they can get out without being infected. Again, they are organics.
Wait, did he just say he wants us to come out so he can scream at us?
Oh, no, he didn't.
Screen with an N.
Ah, I know that, but it sounded funny in my head.
I mean, yeah, you should be safe here. Just provided you haven't gotten, like, too close to the infected, or, like, touched them or got bitten by them. You should
I
be
take it
alright.
that is how the infection spreads.
We think so.
At least as long as it isn't airborne, then my compatriots should almost should 100% be not infected. They have not interacted with this planet or anything on it yet.
Oh, that's fine.
Mira Sunya says to the people in the ring, is like, do you want me to try and make us immune to that thing for a little bit? As a safety thing.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, Joseph.
You cast wish and wish for 1 hour of immunity against this virus.
I was hoping for 24 hours, but I'll take an hour.
You can wish for 24 if you want.
Basically, my theory... Actually, I have multiple... Yeah, I'll go for an hour. I'm not greedy, because I've got multiple 9th level spells. It was more a case of I was trying to portion out the time so that when the time ran out, I could cast it again, if necessary.
Sure, so what do you say?
I want all of the people within the ring right now to be immune to whatever viruses are just viruses and disease for an hour, and just
Sure.
everything. Immune to everything. Oh yeah, that's a small wish. No worries there.
Do you wish for everything?
No, viruses defeat diseases and infections.
Sure. Yeah. As far as you could tell, they worked. I mean, you definitely feel a magical sense come over you.
Well, if it didn't work, sorry.
Are we meant to? Do I have to let us all out now?
I'll wait a minute, cause let's wait until we're inside, so that we don't anger the gun people.
They
Yeah,
don't
full-
let you inside until you get all your companions out of the ring, because they want
Oh.
everyone. The door sprays you with like chemicals that disinfect you, so they want everyone to go through the door.
Sure. Then yes.
Okay, tink 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 taps on the ring.
I take my like to-go cup full of hot chocolate and I like bamf us out of the ring.
Sup? To the guys with the guns.
They're just like, okay.
I am a
Sup?
god. I might be immune to this. I might not.
I am immortal. Nice to meet you.
We could
And
definitely do with a
did-
bunch of really powerful people to help us out, I guess.
There's
And did you
3
say
of
that-
me.
And did you say that the infection only transmits by like being bitten or injured by these things?
Just don't stay in contact them with for too long. We don't really know what causes it, to be honest.
Well, they'll be hard pressed. I can fly and they'll be hard pressed to hit me. And the only time I'll connect with them, actually, you know what? Screw it. I'll just use a weapon. Point is, you won't have to worry.
Also, they turn and look at you, Sunya, and they're like, I mean, you don't look like a god.
I
I mean,
go
what does a god look
I
like?
go
Really?
Super Saiyan.
You reveal your god form. All of them are immediately very impressed. All of them turn and look at you and go, "Oh my god, you're a god!" Oh, sorry, is that blasphemy?
Nah, I don't mind blasphemy.
I mean, oh my you. The other two Sunyas are like, oh my other me, for fuck's sake.
Look, I like the that I get to have blonde hair sometimes. The wings are also a nice boost. Goes back to normal.
Well, they're very impressed by all means. I mean, it is harder for you to stay in your normal form and it's easier for you to stay in your god form. But yeah, you can just go back to normal. And they're like, well, that's cool. Anyway, yeah, make your way in. As you walk in, you get sprayed with just some spray.
Disinfectant.
You don't really know what it does. Although it does get in your... It does get in like about half of your hot chocolate though, Fume. Unless you down it all before you go in.
Down in one.
Wait, you're not letting me
Down
through
and
with my
one.
cup?
I mean, you can go in, but
basically,
you'll definitely
it's
get
gonna have bleach
disinfected
in
your
it.
hot chocolate.
It's
Well,
not
like,
If
if I
you
just
choose to go in
like,
before...
it's got a top covering it. Like, I could just like.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can try that. If you think it'll work, go for it.
I'm just gonna make myself hot enough that none of the stuff comes anywhere near me.
I mean, you do get sprayed with it, but it's
No, that's what I'm
vapor
saying.
when it gets to you. So
You know what I'm saying? I can burn off. I can go hot enough to burn off all the vapor.
fair enough.
There's just like an area
Uh,
around Fume that's very warm right now, and nothing is coming close.
Give me a Constitution roll.
Save?
Just roll.
You sure you don't want to save?
I mean, you're not like saving against an effect. You're trying to do something.
I'm just arguing because the difference is like +6. No, +7 of a difference here.
Oh
Well,
no,
maybe it won't be a very difficult check.
Jerry's very flammable outfit caught fire from the extreme heat.
Yeah, you managed to get hot enough where like you basically cause an updraft and it just all falls around you.
I can't have it interfere with my beverage.
I
Although
care
you
more about
definitely
my
noticed
chocolate
that
than
you're-
your safety.
You definitely notice that your hot chocolate is starting to like.
No, it's fine.
bubble.
I put the hot chocolate into my freezing hand,
All right.
so like I've got a cold hand that I like can hold it in
Hot
to like
chocolate, cold
counteract.
chocolate, hot chocolate, cold chocolate.
It's fine. It'll end up at the perfect temperature. I've worked on this.
Like you were
Shit, you
goddamn
practiced.
Todoroki.
Exactly.
Anyway, so yeah, you are in this building now.
It's what we're doing again?
Yeah,
Why
well,
did
we're
you
looking
just
for that
move the fire?
Because I didn't want to. Because if I highlighted it, I would have highlighted the guard as well.
True. Fair enough.
Is this lady like behind a desk that we can see?
Yeah. There's
I
like
miss-
there's a window here and a window here, where you can see into her office. Although you can see the only door to her office is on the other side.
Oh, so they won't be able to speak to her from there.
I mean, there is like a little microphone thing that she can talk through here. You can talk to her if you just stand over there.
What? I think their microphone sucks.
She
Yeah.
Through the
Like-
thing.
Oh, I didn't really expect visitors. Ah, nice to meet you all. I'm glad you survived.
I'm glad I survived
it?
too.
Is this the central authority of this resistance? We're looking for a Colin.
Oh yeah,
Not the
he's,
caterpillar.
The
down. If you head down like that corridor, then you'll come to a door at the end of it, and you'll want to go right. Then left, then left again, and Colin's office should be straight ahead.
But it was down this corridor, come to the door, and then right, then left, then left.
Go all the way through the first door, and then all the way to the end of the corridor.
Mm-hmm. And then you said, alright, I get which way you meant then.
Aye, cheers.
Never had to do his voice this much before.
He's the main character now.
Just in the fucking zombie apocalypse scenario,
But of
he
course.
just so happens to be
Hey,
he just so happened to be built for shit like this.
now that we're inside, does anyone mind if we just go back into the place where we're all definitely safe and you all can just deal with the consequences?
By you all, you mean just him?
I meant all of the civilians who are not our
Ah,
party.
right. I thought you were just
Uh,
referring to I know you called them RU.
Do you have a safe place we could all stay?
Not everyone, just like a very select number of people.
I guess go talk to Colin about that, and he can organize who gets to be extra safe.
Sure. Really should have like stocked up the mini fridge.
Should have stocked up the drinks cabinet.
You just head over.
Fume's just like either way, my pantry's not full enough.
Luckily, I could just wish for more food. It's fine.
Ah, brilliant. So I think it was like what down here, left and left again. So it's at the top of here, isn't it?
Yes.
Is
You
everyone
see,
coming?
Yes, we are.
Blue monk lad, you get in front of us. You seem to be better at speaking to diplomats than me. I'm more the guy that they tell to shoot things.
Okay.
Yeah, Colt loves talking to people.
I love talking to people, but I'm not exactly a politician.
I enjoy how this party doesn't really have a face except for Fume, but Fume doesn't like talking to people.
Yep.
Yeah, we have an antisocial face.
You have an
anti-social face.
you're an antisocial person with like with like a +7 to charisma. People are charmed by Fume as soon as they speak to her, but she just doesn't like talking to anyone.
Like,
Yeah.
it's think about it in like the Fonz kind of way, where like
Oh.
Fume is a person of relatively few words most of the time, but is like her aloof attitude is somehow like interesting enough that it captivates people. She also sometimes turns on jukeboxes by punching them.
Hey.
Hey. So yeah,
Has
there's
to
a
use the
door.
cold hand to not set them on fire.
Yeah, the issue with the cold hands is sometimes it freezes the mechanism, so you have to sort of like hit it with both hands at the same time at the right temperature.
So that it perfectly cancels out. So 1/3 of the hand is on fire, 1/3 is completely frozen, and the middle is just right.
Exactly. And the middle's what makes contact.
Yeah, exactly.
And the person who is the only sociable one here is the one with like 10 charisma. But he's super sociable.
So where's the boss? Where's Big Boss Man?
Inside
should be
the
through,
room at the end of this corridor.
should be through this door.
Cool.
Knock, I guess.
He'll open the door and be like, "Who are you?"
Hey
Then
bitches,
you.
we've got an infection problem.
I think they figured that part out.
Yeah, someone did something to the moon base, and now things have gone bad.
Well, on that, we're gonna put a pin in that and come back to it. We initially came here to speak to you about what the government at large is going to be doing with the artifacts. We were told that you had a vote in that.
I'm a little busy to be concerned with those votes, but like,
But that I'm just letting you know why we initially came here. But
Haha, see? I told you. I bet that was exactly what he was gonna say. Pay off.
Fume is gonna turn and be like, can we just speedrun this conversation?
Do you want
we
us
need
to
your
help
vote.
you? You solve we solve your problem, you help us.
You vote in our way, we help you solve this problem with whatever info you've got to start with.
yeah, that.
It happens
Cool, that's a
everywhere
little
we go. It's almost like this universe doesn't run when we're not around. I don't really get it.
okay.
I mean, clearly it does because this is all happening.
Yeah,
Colt
yeah,
does
but
look a little
nothing,
bit
can,
exasperated.
nothing positive can happen when we're not here. We're just the best. We're so important.
High
mean,
five! All
High
three
fives.
Sunyas high five.
I join in the high five with both the hot and the cold hand so that it doesn't burn anyone.
Nice. It's the most beautiful 5 high five.
So yeah, Colin, that's our deal. Our robot friend behind me by himself
was able to wipe out a massive horde of those things. Imagine having all of us on your side. But if we could get a vote on like siding with us on the whole artifact thing, we can make that happen.
Sure. I'll do anything to save my people.
There's also a good chance
Cool.
that will probably help you anyways. But I'm not supposed to say that out loud.
Please stop saying the quiet part out loud.
Is this the?
Are you the one who was in the mirror?
I mean,
I knew I was going to end up asking this.
right now, I like to imagine it's all three of them speaking at the same time.
Okay, that's not disconcerting at all.
All 1 millisecond off from each other.
Also, what's the deal with the three of you, and why is there three of you?
Ah, excellent! I've got a flow
it's
chart to
not
explain
punishing
this.
Pulls out a whiteboard from off screen.
You got her started, man. Like, I spent 150 years or whatever trapped in a building with her. She loves her charts.
Yeah, and I've only been spending the last, 2-3 years with her, and even I know that.
Oh man, you should have seen the charts to explain the charts once she'd got into chartception. Like, that happened after 22 years. You don't want to know what happened when we got 3 chart layers deep.
Did you know that she made that? Did you know that she made a chart of me? It was just a picture of me with an arrow pointing at it.
I mean, that's a pretty accurate chart of you, my man.
God damn it! I've died 6 times, damn it!
I know you've died 6 times. You keep telling us about how many times you've died, and I'm really glad you
never
keep
gets
coming
easier.
back. Hey,
Oh,
See?
you know how
Doesn't this
many times
inspire
I've been taken
confidence in
away?
you, Mr. Caterpillar?
what? What?
I mean, if it's any consolation, I shook it off.
I like turned to Coat and I'm like, I had to eat my own father.
Colin is just like, who the hell is showing up to solve this problem?
We're the
Our
main
gang-
characters.
Our gang has never had an official name, but I believe we're now calling ourselves the main characters.
Is that what your group is called?
True.
The main characters.
I mean,
God,
Sunya
you
just
guys
said it.
sound incredibly arrogant.
I mean, it's not as arrogant as what I've named this episode, which is Sunya³ and Friends. I also spelled friends wrong.
Oh,
Hey, I mean, think of it this way, Mr. Caterpillar. You can get away with some obscene NPC shit.
Why am I being named Caterpillar? What's going on?
hey, if you
Did someone drug me? Did someone put drugs in my tea? Is that
Yeah,
what's
You
happening?
wish.
if you became a good enough friend with us, you may get an invite to an abyssal wedding.
Oh. Okay.
That is true. That's 100% accurate.
What did
I then
Court puts,
do.
Court puts a hand on the guy's shoulder.
You learn to live with it.
I do go on to try and
picks up his
explain
tea.
with my charts, which I've picked up a charting thing from like Sunya,
Sunya.
where I'm like, my chart is explaining how Bethany's the greatest person in the universe, and how as an abyssal lord everyone should really be like doing exactly what she says.
And
He just
Sunya
picks
pulls
up
out
his-
a chart that's like, no, she's got a point. And this is
he just
why.
He picks up his tea, gives it a smell, and he's like, yeah, someone must have drugged me. Anyway, if you are real, I've been doing some investigating. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure one of the scientists at this base had a hand in engineering some of engineering part of this disease. I'm sure that at least some of them were on the research team, but I'm not sure who, because I tried to download all the files from that team. The satellites went down.
So what you're saying is we should bring them each into a room one by one and torture them until we find out.
Now, you know how
well,
you said the thing to me about saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, I know. I realized as soon as I said it. It was the wrong
Well,
thing
why
to
wouldn't-
say.
why wouldn't they? Oh wait, yeah. I mean, if they're in, do you think that this virus plague thing was intentionally launched in a with malicious intent? Because if it was an accident, surely they would just own up.
I'm not really sure how it's spread or who or what intentions, but I'm I'm pretty sure most of the research team that were at the moon base are here. They're all currently in like the sort of lecture room where they give debriefings.
Okay, how do you feel about reading people's minds?
It is a crime unless it's for unless you get a warrant.
Do you have one of them on you?
I mean the legal system's currently non-existent.
Ah,
Are you
brilliant.
willing to look the other way if someone gets results using slightly illegal methods?
Look, just don't kill anybody, and I don't want anyone having their soul taken or
Okay, we don't tend to fuck with souls, but what if I bring someone back after killing them?
as
Which I suppose technically is fucking with souls, but of a different. Anyways,
so I said don't kill people and don't fuck with their souls, and then the first thing you suggested was kill them and then fuck with their soul.
Hey,
I think this is more of a in case of an accident.
yes.
Look, resurrections are always.
What if an accident happens and then you resurrect them?
Yes, resurrections are always sanctioned. Please bring people back to life if you can.
So we need to interrogate them lot to find out where the virus came from, and then obliterate the source, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it came from. Why is there a bear?
it's just to be friendly, just to he's there to keep you cool and calm and collected, and just make sure that no one assassinates you while we're doing this work for you.
They're pretty good in a fight, so it's like security.
Someone definitely put bath salts in my tea.
You don't put. Why would you? That would be disgusting.
Oh, that
No,
would
no,
not
we're
taste good.
No, we're definitely real.
Well,
maybe I've been in my room working at this conspiracy far too long,
Oh,
and you see there's on this wall there's just a bunch of images and facts and red lines between all of them.
Oh, I was told to inform you
Yep.
that I have a location that I can put, I think it's 14 total people in, that is completely impervious and is technically a different dimension, so we can't get infected in there.
Oh, great. Round up. I mean, everyone in the base is either suspect or vital to its function, so no one can really go in yet, but if I get a notification that the guards start getting overwhelmed outside, probably just go around and start putting people in. We're already on a skeleton crew, so we're using everyone we can.
How many of these things have we calculated, or do you think are outside?
Well, the city had a population of about, give or take, 2 million-ish people.
So do you think if I dropped a comet on this location, not this location, but the location of the city, that might take care of our problem a little bit?
I mean, I feel like that's quite extreme, but also there are other people outside the city. Also,
Are
the
there?
virus would, yeah. We've got.
Civilians? Why are they locked down in base bunkers or something?
Well, there were just other villages that we established. So,
That seems short-sighted.
I mean, it's we didn't think there was going to be a giant deadly zombie virus outbreak.
See, you didn't plan for every outcome. That's where the problem lies.
We colonized.
No, you know what? I mean, does this place look relatively technologically advanced? It must do.
Yeah.
Were they using energy weapons outside?
Yeah. He's well, my ancestors colonized a new planet, and then we've just been developing, and so there's new towns, and then.
Look, given I'm technically only a year old, and this is my second zombie invasion, I feel like it is something people should be prepared for at this point.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that if something like this happened on my home plane, we would have been kind of screwed because we're all just a bunch of little villages. But you are a lot more developed, both technologically and culturally. I would have thought you would have had some sort of bunker for this sort of thing to keep your civilians and infrastructure alive.
Oh,
I
the issue with
mean-
the bunker is you can let one infected person in, and the entire bunker gets infected.
True, but just look at how far they went to stop infected getting in this one building.
That, but he will also say that he thinks the virus is slightly more sophisticated than people seem to believe it is. Like, he can't quite put his finger on it, but he believes that, like, it definitely spread slightly too quickly. Anyone can roll me investigation if you can see this wall.
Which wall?
This one. In the room. So basically just Colt or the bear.
I mean, I would have been like,
Take you-
we've just.
take-
I assume we'd be in the room, right? Because
Yeah, he would invite you in.
Okay, I'm gonna make my rolls, but I'm also going to throw out a crackpot theory.
And then if your rolls are good, you could throw out a real theory.
Oh, they're no fun.
Yeah, all of you can roll investigation.
God damn it,
Oh
TQ.
god, I opened 3 sheets at once. Roll 20 does not like this.
TKO has noticed some stuff. Fume's noticed a lot of stuff. Colt's noticed some more stuff than TKO, but less stuff than Fume. By
Which one did you say?
significant
Actually,
Investigation.
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 actually, you know what?
Excellent.
Because I was disappointed in TQ's role. DM inspiration. There, I used one.
Someone used one. Oh my god, 24. That's pretty good.
It's a lot better than fucking 16.
Yeah, all of you are very good at investigating, as it turns out.
So, have any of you heard of the story, the Dead That Walk? Turns out everyone was already infected, so the infection spread real fast if anyone got infected. So maybe everyone here is already fucked?
No, what you've noticed is that all of the infections seemed to start, like... It's quite loose, but anyone who rolled, like, 15 will notice that, like, it started in, like, one line of the city. And cross-reference with some other information on the wall, you know that it rained that day, and it seemed the part of the city that got rained on, which was only a very small part of it, that is where a lot of the infection started. 20 or higher notices that it seemed to spread through, like, the more scholarly districts of the city a lot faster. 25 or higher, you have the insight that you're almost sure that the virus seeks out magic specifically and seems to have a greater effect the more magical something is.
Okay, magic wet brain virus.
It possibly transmutes itself through magic.
With a 24, how would you think it would affect a consort? Because a lot of him is just magic.
You think it would probably affect you quite badly. In fact, in fact,
the catchphrase.
Oh no, man.
In fact, it would dawn on Fume and the Sunya that rolled 28 that the ring is probably one of the least safe places to be, given how magical it is.
Now,
And-
this is really getting my Sunya brain whirring at. So, has the wish helped or made it worse? We're immune to it, but the immune is mega magic.
You guys would probably have figured out that this guy, like, is incredibly sleep deprived and probably hasn't really figured this out. He's gathered all the right information, but he has been at this for, like, weeks with very little sleep, you can tell. He's really struggling to connect a lot of the major dots together, but he
So we're
can't.
gonna tell him on
But he has like done a pretty good job gathering all this information and stuff.
So we're gonna like highlight that on
I mean, we can explain what we pick up.
It's like, fuck, magic makes it worse.
This thing attacks and feeds off of magic, which means it might still work on me. Shit.
That's not good.
I wonder how... Playing with it like he's like stroking his chin. I wonder how this will affect Key, if at all. However it works, I'm not gathering Key off of this planet. Bollocks to that.
I wonder if you can use magic to attract it.
Drugs, maybe.
Has anyone?
I mean,
do you have like any samples of the virus?
People on the medical team might have brought some with them, but I personally don't.
Well, yeah, I didn't
know.
mean on you right now. In your pocket.
No, as far as I'm aware, no one in the facility has any, but maybe the medical team smuggled some with them, but I don't think they would have. They'd be dooming themselves. Because up until... we still don't really know how to contain it.
Anti-magic field, maybe?
Yeah, that's kind of my thinking of if the thing feeds on magic, erasing the magic might erase the virus.
what is the anti-magic field made of magic?
Yeah.
I mean, I could just put Lizzie on my shoulder and fly it above a horde and see what happens.
I mean,
But that's like a question for later. That's a question for later.
It's now time for us to search the crew.
Let us
And
go
find if
brain
there's-
picking.
An imposter among us.
Dun.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh god. That just... When I was doing my physics exam, I was looking at a particle, and it was made of 3 quarks. 2 strange, 1 up.
Oh, we all have
And-
that problem.
And yeah, but you don't understand, it's spelled sus. It's in the middle of the
Yeah.
exam. It's just
So
like
it was too sauce.
it was far too sus. So you've got to
So
understand.
you're in the middle of a test. You're in the middle of a test and you just snigger and go nice.
Exactly. It was like the second to last question. It was just sus.
You there, boy! Stop enjoying yourself.
It was certainly a thing.
So yeah, let's go speak to the sussy backers.
Yeah.
You there, get a good power nap.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
you're looking really haggard, mate. I'd recommend some sleep. Don't worry,
I
we'll...
I can go to sleep. He just immediately passes out.
Wait, no one told him he... Okay, fair enough.
Sunya, can you... Oh, there, it worked. Oh, puts him in, like, the recovery position.
You can definitely tell he's been getting delirious over the last couple days. He has literally just been working at this non-stop.
Fume,
We
are you leaving
can
your
so-
bear here to keep an eye on this guy?
Yeah, just the bear will be here and soothe you so that you don't have any real problems.
Yeah, excellent.
y-
Colt, help me. Prop him up against the bear like a big giant pillow.
You can definitely tell, like, there's like a little bit of information on this wall, and it definitely gets into the more insane territory. Of like,
Yeah, it's just scribbles.
it's the number 3, it keeps appearing everywhere. What does it mean? What does it mean?
One of them's just a very crudely drawn Among Us character.
It's
Like, what is this?
it-
Why does it keep coming up?
Why drawing anime characters sad. The first step is drawing Among Us with shoes.
Correct.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Or your too sus question is in there somewhere.
Why is this particle sus? Why?
What did it do?
Okay, so who we're gonna brain probe first?
I mean, we
I
need to
love
find
how-
out who.
That's an
just
arrow.
gone in-
We need to find out
I-
like where all of the researchers are, because he kind of
I mean-
just passed out before he told us.
I
No,
mean,
he
we
told
should
what?
maybe. We
I
should
enjoy
maybe
how
get.
the Sunyas have just gone into this cell.
We should. We should maybe, go to the front desk and see if they've got like a tannoy system and try and like organize everyone to like come in an orderly fashion into one area, so that we can
Yeah,
interview
yeah,
them one by
sounds good.
one.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, I'll go to the front desk and ask the person who runs the front desk.
This guy's just like, how did it go?
Great.
He's
We've got,
asleep.
He's having a nap. Oh god, we've
We-
all
Oh, that-
fused.
That's good. He hasn't slept in a while. Glad-
yeah. Is there a tannoy system in here where we can like announce stuff to all the people in the base?
Oh yeah, just let me hold this button down. Alright.
Is there? Oh, no, sorry. Is there a room we could use for some interviews? Because we've been asked to like talk to the people, or like all the people individually.
I mean, I guess you could use like, I think there's a storage room. Just go talk to like Nancy. She's in the office. Like if you go back along that corridor pointing this way, take a right, then a left. First door on your left. There's a storage room behind her office.
Mm-hmm. Okay, could you just announce everyone to like go to that storage room?
Okay. He presses the tannoy and just says, "Everyone report to storage room 1." And then tannoy goes off and he's like, "Should I also head over there?"
Yeah, it might be for the best actually.
Okay.
I believe in you, but we may need to chat for a while.
You see a really groggy Colin coming out the door. Just spin around. No, not you. Back to sleep on the bear.
No, the room's not big enough.
Oh no, it's big enough. They're just refusing to share space properly.
There's not enough room left.
Just squish in.
One of you is allowed out at a time. Who wants to be first to come out to talk to us?
Me, I've got claustrophobia.
Nancy will go out and it's just like, what's happening with my office? And the storage room.
Like, just like, cram the storage room door shut and then like block it.
Just like pushing them in.
I mean, you could just get TQ or just like place one hand on the door because he's not going to move.
Okay, smart people, what questions do we ask this person?
Did you do it?
No.
What do you? What,
Okay, so
Oh.
yeah, no,
Okay,
you started with no. So what did you not do? Since you were very quick to answer that.
I don't know.
Then why did you say no rather than affirmative? Why do you think we're asking about something negative?
I'm not
In fairness,
sure.
all that you guys said was, "Did you do it?"
Yeah, exactly. Why did you assume it was negative?
You said it very accusatively.
And what
There
if
was no accusation in their voice?
maybe I was asking, did you give money to the orphans and help them and not kill them?
I don't
Why
think
would you
I've
say no
donated
to that?
to that charity recently, at all, to be honest. I think
Okay,
I think my donation set up to like Heart Foundation. Yeah. Why are you
so-
asking for what charities I pay to?
While she's distracted with all that, one of the Sunyas is gonna cast Detect Thoughts and have that up.
Her surface level thoughts are, why are these people asking me these strange questions?
Can I
So-
ask like a legitimate question now?
Yeah.
Instead of bombarding this lady.
I'm hurt.
I-
I'm so hurt.
All you said was, "What did you do it?"
I didn't say anything. That was Sunya.
True.
I didn't even get a
I was-
chance to ask the question I was wanting to
Okay,
ask before this. No, it's
you
fine. You
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Like you go ahead.
No, I didn't know you had
Just
something.
take
you wanted to
over.
ask.
No, it's fine. It's your job, investigator. Here's the hat, and I hand you like a.
No,
Where the hell did you get that from?
Also with fire retardant, plonks it back on your head. Being quiet.
She's just like, this is your first time in like questioning someone, isn't it?
No,
Really? I'm shocked.
it's just the first time I've not been allowed to actively torture them while I do it.
Ah.
Unless
Okay.
you're consenting to that.
No.
I mean, if you like pain, I can give pain.
No. Please don't torture me.
Okay,
Nobody's torturing anybody.
you are negative on the idea of torture. Got it.
God, why did I get the picture in my head? Is this, like, after all this is over, this person just, like, slips their phone number to Fume as she's leaving?
It's just like, hey, so we've been asked to interview everybody because we just want to know what you were up to on the day of the, and I will state the date that I obviously saw of the release of the virus thing.
I was just sort of here, doing my job, being a...
And what is your job?
I catalog the inventory in the storage room.
Mm-hmm.
But
Have you noticed anything strange about the inventory recently?
Brunhild's been visiting a lot ever since the quarantine started.
Has anyone else been acting suspicious?
No, not really. Everyone else has just been doing their usual routine. But the only reason Brunhild's different is because she's responsible for the science team putting whatever they've brought with them into the storage room.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It-
So you're
it
saying
makes
we may have shot people in with a bunch of stuff that the science team brought in?
Yeah. It's a storage room.
Good to know, good to know. Did anyone else have any questions?
What can you tell us of your knowledge of this infection?
I don't really know anything about it.
Has the Sunya's been picking up on anything interesting in her thoughts the entire time this has been going on?
Spread quite quickly. Her thoughts have basically aligned with everything that she's said. Although a brief memory of like her leaving her post one time, like flashes through her head, and there are a couple of hours where she was like busy running from like she'd gone out briefly at the start of the infection, so she wasn't at like here monitoring the situation, and she spent like a day or two getting chased around by infected, but then like just came back, and like she hasn't showed any signs of being infected. She just got back to work, and there have been like a couple of hours where she's just thought of like where she like remembered where she just left for a bit to go like do other things, like go to the toilet, eat food, stuff like that, go to sleep. She's not insane like Colin is. She won't just work until she literally passes out.
Fair, fair. Does anyone else have other questions they wish to ask?
Who would you say is the out of all of the team that you work with here is the most magically adept or capable with magic?
Probably like of the base staff, probably one of the guards outside.
Also-
But I don't know about the research team.
Alternatively, who would you say is the least magically adept member of staff?
Just what I was about to
Yeah.
ask.
Uh, probably the control room operator guy. I think his name's like Terald.
And would you ever noticed anyone being jealous of those who could use magic?
I don't really know. Terald, I haven't really spoken to Terald very much though. So maybe? Possible.
So there's no one that you work with on a regular basis that just is adverse to magic and spellcasters in general?
Well, I don't really know. I don't really speak to many of my colleagues on like it's not like we hang out much more than just at work. Also, Sunya, in your mind, her surface thought for a bit was just like, yes, they suspect me less now.
Okay.
Because they're chasing this other lead. That is what she thinks.
Okay. Like Sunya flips through the notes she's been taking. Is like, okay, that all makes sense to me. Then yeah, I think we'll look into that guy you mentioned now. Thank you for the lead.
Get
Okay.
back in the storage room.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, wait a second. Should we move them into a different room so they're not mixing with people in the store? Yeah, you want to go through that door and go hang out in wherever that hallway is?
Just throw each of the people we've talked to in one of the cells.
I mean,
That might actually work out. Actually, I think there's enough.
Like, we
Nobody's
don't have to
offering-
lock them in, but
nobody's operating the cells and nobody knows how to use the control panel that operates them except for the operator guy.
okay, well,
I mean, I guess we can just go stand in them and wait.
yeah, that's kind of the idea. We're not locking
Okay.
you in.
That's the idea. Yeah.
Who do
Yeah,
you
you
who
stay
do you want?
there.
Who do you
As
want?
far
now?
as we're aware, you've done nothing wrong. Seems
Yes.
perfectly lovely.
I
Now
have
let's go
done
get
nothing.
the next person.
Oh, no. Sunya will, like, pull you aside and just be like, okay, yeah, so she was looking all great up until the point that she had the thought, excellent, they suspect me less because now they're suspecting someone else. Which, I don't know about you, sounds a little bit sus.
Yeah,
That
that
doesn't
sounds
sound a little bit
sus.
suspicious.
Probably
So we'll,
them.
we'll have to go back to her.
Oh yeah. While she was leaving Sunya, you would have also gotten this last memory of, oh yeah, I need to check on what's underneath my desk.
I'd mentioned that to other people as well.
We'll check
mean,
under our desk when
it-
we go to get the
oh.
next person at the storeroom.
I was going to say there's 3 Sunyas. Can one of them not go to check?
I mean, this is her desk. There's 2 people in this room that
There's nobody on her desk. You get stuffed in with everyone else.
there's no
I suppose
room.
I
There's
suppose
literally
T-
no room.
I suppose TKO is stood right next to the desk because he's holding the door shut. Can he look?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty easy
Do
for
you,
him
want us
to
to,
look.
do, you want us, do you want us to roll, or is it just what's under the desk?
I
I
love
mean,
that TV show.
it's pretty easy to tell. There's a little.
A box with deadly magic virus. Keep out.
I mean, there is a little box there, but it doesn't seem like it would contain a deadly magic virus, unless
No
it
box does.
unless it's like a very intricately designed box on the inside, and the outside is a cardboard box.
Ooh. We'll have to steal that box.
What did TKO find then? If
It seems to be a cardboard box. You don't know what's inside it, but like there is a
Opens
cardboard
it.
box. at the back. Okay, you just you find a number of her personal effects, like find a watch, you find like some books, you find like a little flower that seems to be encased in glass or some sort of see-through clear substance, maybe plastic, you're not really sure.
fucking prop from Beauty and the Beast, dink. What's the books?
Like it just seems to be some of them seem to be magical in nature. But you think they're all like for making. You think it's like basic attack magic and stuff like that?
Well, TGO being the way that is, he would definitely know if it definitely was that. Is that what it is? Just evocation cantrips for dummies or some shit.
It's like a book for learning like first level evocation cantrips and like first level
what?
evocation spells and also evocation cantrips is what I meant to say.
Okay, sorry.
like-
yeah, that was.
You'd think like someone who was training to be a wizard would have this sort of stuff.
Not just cold.
Well, she's not adverse to magic, so I wouldn't expect that she'd want a virus going around that eats it.
So she's done
Does
something
the-
else naughty
does-
then.
Actually,
Does the plant that yeah?
you would notice another thing. You would see that it was checked out of the library several times by like someone called Glenn until it was checked out by her. That's something that you would know.
I hope someone's taking notes about where the hell any of this is going, because I haven't, and I'm getting confused already.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
thinking I should because I haven't been yet. I've been trying to do this by memory.
Graham's doing so bad he said I amn't.
I am numb, brain melty, no like.
I was thinking about taking notes, but then I saw how many people there were, and Joseph started giving them each names, and
Stories,
Yeah.
and things that are going on in their lives.
and then realised
I mean,
that a shit D&D
gonna-
player, and
I'm gonna say this, but there's one obvious way to guarantee getting the guilty party.
Are you like well Joseph's like done a bunch of work on these episodes, but you know what would solve the problem? We cast Fireball in the back of that room right now.
okay, so I'm
How
gonna
about we-
suggest.
Oh, we don't kill everybody.
I'm going to suggest we get this guy, the operator, who she was saying was suspicious, to come out next.
He's the nice guy who
Yeah.
we were talking to, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if he
he'll come
turns
out.
out to be good, he actually might be able to help us with her.
Before we grab him, can I just check one last thing? The
Uh,
that plant thing, is that like just encased in like something solid, or is it like the base like some sort of like maintenance device or something technology based?
If you check out, it seems to be like a solid thing, but it is in a base, but the base can be removed. Do you remove it?
No, just keep it to one side for later. Don't want to fuck with too many things at once.
Sure thing.
Grab the guy with the massive stash.
Yeah.
He comes out. Sunya, you can't read his mind.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
sus.
He just walks out. He's like, "Hey, what's up?"
I guess we'll cycle through the same questions.
Yes.
And what were those questions?
It
Joseph
didn't-
Panic
didn't-
asks.
Didn't do what? Is his first answer?
Sorry,
Your
we'll skip
question of-
that. We'll skip
Did
that
he
one.
do it?
Yeah, we'll skip that.
And he'll just. I don't really know what order you asked those questions in.
I don't
But-
remember the questions.
It started with the like, what were you doing on the day that the thing happened? 'Cause
He.
I'm asking it by date, not as the thing happened.
Yeah. He'll say he wasn't doing anything on the 38th.
Do you have anyone who could confirm that you were doing nothing somewhere?
I mean, I was just at home. It was my day off.
Is there anyone who could confirm that you were at home on your day off?
I mean, people could confirm I'm not at work, but unfortunately, all of my alibis of like my neighbors and stuff are like probably all dead.
Okay, I know.
Likely story.
Yeah, I know that this is an exemplary circumstance, but it doesn't sound great when you say all of my alibis are dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like there's not a
convenient, that,
lot I
innit?
can There's not a lot I can really do to prove that I wasn't, like, I was home and then I rushed to work as soon as I noticed that the infection had started spreading because I got a call from my boss who said, get to work now. So I rushed here and I've just been working here ever since.
What do you know of the infection?
Not a lot really. It turns people into like crazed zombie things. But other than that, don't really know much about it.
And I believe those are the questions that we actually did go with, and then it followed with, out of your colleagues, would you say was the most / least magically adept, or would like have like ill will towards magic users?
Ill will towards magic users was the question afterwards.
Magically
was
adept. You'd get the consensus after talking to these people that just like of the people at the base, people think that Colin is probably the most magically adept, or one of the guards, but they're not really sure.
What
It's
about the
definitely
least?
it's definitely between Colin and one of the guards. He says.
And what about the least?
Least is probably myself.
Why? What do you do? Do you just work the control mechanisms for the cells and that's it?
Yeah, I'm an engineer.
So you wouldn't have any ill will towards magic users or anything like that, then?
I mean, no, I just sort of never had an interest in studying it, I guess. Or, and I wasn't. It's not like I was born with it in my blood or anything. So, yeah.
Out of curiosity, have you ever had any like major injuries? Just I'm just curious since you've seen you've worked in engineering.
No, not really. I always follow safety procedures. There's one time some like drunks got a bit rowdy and managed to get out of their cells. One of them punched me in the face one time, but
Wow, what a dick!
Some security showed up and tackled them to the ground, so fine after that.
Did you kick them while they were down?
No.
Okay, just curious.
Can Cold be? I know that Sunya's using like detect thoughts, but could Cold also be rolling insights on these as well?
Yeah, you can insight this guy.
Because Colt would be like on everything that each person is saying. Because Colt's just like, magic has ways around it. Not 20.
As far as you're aware, he's telling the truth. 33.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Colt in the back of his head is thinking, seems fair enough to me then.
You know what, Glenn? The last lady I spoke to didn't seem. The last lady that we spoke to didn't seem like this was a very sociable work environment.
That's what's her face's. Whoever works here, can't remember. This office. It's her son, I think.
Colt in his head's thinking, so she incriminated her own son.
I don't
But you
think
didn't
she
say
ever
that out
mentioned
loud.
it, Glenn.
She
I
did.
think we just found it in the thing, right?
She didn't say it out loud. Sunya read her mind.
Also, Glenn was in the book as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Glenn was in the book.
But she also didn't mention that, so...
Yeah. She didn't mention that Glenn was her son.
Okay, so
Yeah,
she
got that mixed up.
she got out
again. I've only just started taking notes.
Okay, so we do have at least learned something from that, is that she got out the book that her son constantly got out, meaning that she
Where her son was really interested in magic.
correct, yes, which could be important.
That first lady was called like
Blue Ring Lady.
I'm just gonna call her Red for now because she's got red hair.
Okay.
Sus.
Do you know Emily?
No, it was something beginning with M, I think.
Joseph?
I can't remember, man.
Gave her a name.
I did.
Was it
I
off the top
forgot.
of your head?
Yeah. All the names are off the top of my head.
As it should be.
Okay, so the Little Miss Redhead is sus. Hyped that we don't suspect the
I know this guy's name began with
House.
T.
basic magic book
Harold.
that her son Glenn. Yeah, this guy's a Harold.
I think it was
That her
Terrell.
son,
Terreld, yeah.
Begins
Harold
with a T.
Glenn had checked out. So
I remember
there's
her
that
son's
information
name's
on
Glenn.
her.
The only one whose name I currently can't remember is hers. I have notes on
Oh.
all these people. I know what all their stories are.
See, she's even more sus. You don't know. You've suddenly
Oh.
forgotten her name.
I mean, that makes me think she's definitely not guilty.
I've got Harold down as just clean because seems chill enough.
I mean, until I tell you that I couldn't read his mind.
But yeah, do you just let him go?
All right, you
To
go
sit in one of the...
you
Yeah,
go sit in a cell.
yeah. Sunya could not read his mind.
So, like, that's why I asked about if he's had any accidents, because I was trying to figure out if perhaps he might have something in his head that was blocking.
Alright, her new name is Myrtle, because I couldn't be bothered.
I'm gonna keep calling her Red.
Yeah, Myrtle Red. So that means that our son's last name is Red.
So
Glenn Red.
You couldn't read his mind.
Not at
And
all.
That's what the injuries question was about.
Yeah.
Or he's psionic. Some psionics can block mind reading.
Yeah, but that's still a kind of magic, and he was claiming to have no magical aptitude. So
Unless someone's protecting him.
not impossible as well. But all of this is obviously very important to keep in mind.
Yeah.
God, so far we've had two people, both are suspicious.
I've been noting this down in Tikio's character sheet. So Tikio's just acting as like the fucking voice recorder.
Who's next?
So that's how I'm flavouring this.
Let's make it the
Brilliant.
next person that's in the room, because then everyone does fit in the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Front desk lady. I also noted down what questions we've been asking. So
Did you do
we
it?
started asking questions.
No, I
Did
did.
you
I
do it?
don't know. Do what? What did we
You're alright.
do?
You also said no.
Sus.
Yes, I did it. I did it all.
But what
was
did I do?
pissed.
I'm the one that changed out all the milk for milk.
I think it tastes better, and it's better for the environment. So sue me.
This lady is truly lost to us.
Immediately was lightning blade level 4.
A vitamin that humans do not require.
Yes, I did it all. I took the batteries out of your lightning blade.
It doesn't use batteries.
I was the one that went into your room and did a big poo.
Okay, that's
Was-
just weird.
I was
really
just
easy.
going to ask you to pass me my hat. Oh.
Where
Yeah.
did the accent come from?
I
The
was
next questions
referencing
were-
something.
The next questions were: what were you doing on the night the virus spread? Do you have any aliases? What do you know of the infection?
Aliases?
I will remember to make you clear.
Whoa, one at a time.
I will remind you to
and-
make it clear that we are asking what were you doing on a specific date, rather than asking
Yeah.
on the day the virus happened.
The
Yeah,
38th.
specific date.
It was the 38th. That is the specific date.
38.
The
That's
30th of the 69th month.
No, 38th of the, 2nd. Come on, man.
Okay.
It's not 69 months, don't be crazy.
That's-
70,
Insane.
obviously.
20 days in the
Would you-
year.
We'd be way further away from the sun for that to work.
Big fuck off sun. It's blue. It's a supermassive blue giant.
No, we're just further away from it.
but it's still like a livable atmosphere because the sun's pumping out more energy. Anyway,
whatever
anyway.
floats your boat.
The first question was, what were you doing on this date?
I was just sort of tending to my garden.
We should
Then
get their name as well. What's this person's name?
This is Becky.
I'll add that to the list. Name, question mark. So we've got Becky.
She was just tending to her garden. Sunya, you reading her mind, you know she was not tending to her garden and was in fact incredibly drunk at home.
Do you have anyone who can back that up?
No, well, it's just me and my garden.
Blackout, drunk, wasted. On our own, in the dark.
Yeah,
3
yeah.
cats.
Fancy a drink?
Surrounded
sounds
by
great.
cats and several empty ice cream tubs.
Man, this is sounding great so far. I don't really know what the problems are.
Yeah.
That's what Sunya mind reads. But yeah, she just says she was gardening.
Look, it's very like puts a hand on our shoulder. It's very important to look after your own garden sometimes. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, yeah. I was gardening. Then I,
Got blind out drunk.
no. I'm really good at managing my drinking.
Same.
But yeah. Anyway, so I didn't really leave my garden or house for the day.
I didn't
So-
leave my garden for the day.
Well, obviously I went in
24
after a
hours.
little while.
I just that sounds like someone who can't think of a story because they were so drunk would say it. I'm like, yeah, I was in the garden all day, didn't leave it, not even once.
They did say they went like garden or house.
Yeah, I just find that really funny.
But yeah,
Mm.
and anyway, so like the next day,
Is
I
Sonia poker facing the fuck out of this, or is she like sniggering?
the next
Definitely
day
not
I
poker
got
face.
I got several missed calls from work because I always turn my phone off when I'm gardening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
do I see into her mind and see her lying there drunk and just the phone on the table in front of her constantly lighting up and going off and lighting up and going off and just so drunk she's not hearing it.
you do see that in her memories, and then also like in the morning she's just got a massive headache. It's like 53 missed calls and texts. Oh god, what did I miss? Oh, but it's too early for this.
Throws the phone down, comes back in the afternoon. Oh shit!
Genuinely, that occurs in her memory, but the cover story she says is, so yeah, I started making my way over, but there were a bunch of infected in the way, so I had to wait for them to clear. You know, she woke up, Sunya, in her memory, the way this works, she got up at about midday after her hangover had gone away, looked at her phone, then immediately rushed to get ready, and then, like, just ran here. And
Might as well-
didn't get hassled at all.
Call it a sick day at that point.
Yeah, but the zombie apocalypse had started, so she kind of had to go into it. Because her work,
Zone 100 would disagree.
part of her job is like managing this whole apocalypse thing. So she immediately bolted
It's the
for work.
secretary on the front desk.
Look,
Yeah.
don't you fucking
She
talk
holds
down
the
to her.
She holds a much more important position than just the secretary at the front desk, especially because half of the staff have been killed. So she's got some temporary but pretty good promotions out of this.
Yeah, as we discussed, she's in charge of the milk supply.
She's also managing all the food and water and the ammo. So it's
So
pretty
resources as
relatively
well.
important. Yeah.
Both drunk as fuck.
she has a drinking problem, but there is no alcohol here. Trust me, she's checked.
And there's big problems at the minute.
And there's
How's
big
the detoxing
problems.
going?
She doesn't know what you're talking about.
And that's a really weird thing for you to bring up because I haven't told you this yet.
No, I'm
Yeah.
asking. I was a.
No,
Never mind.
No, I know. I just like the idea of you just saying that randomly and me being like, I haven't told her. Wow, I
Yeah, she's
didn't
just-
realize Fume was so perceptive.
So
But
you
yeah,
have no knowledge of the infection then.
no. But yeah, from what you guys have interrogated her, she's way more suspicious than this guy. She's like, she doesn't have an alibi. Nobody knows what she was doing, and she didn't answer our calls for like the first 30 minutes of like, or the first half or day and a half of the entire infection.
So
Like,
everyone's
from the-
super sus of her, and then as
Except Sonya.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
after she's gone, Colt and everyone's like, all right, I think we've got our lead suspect. And you're like, oh no, she was just fucking passed out drunk.
I mean, we haven't even finished the question.
I know.
Yeah. But presently, to you guys, she does seem pretty damn suspicious.
Yeah, Colt would be like, so you have no knowledge on the infection then?
No. I do know. Like, what else do you ask? Do you ask stuff about magic?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
following questions were, out of your colleagues, who would you say is the most / least magically adept? And would any of them have ill will towards magic users or magic in general?
She says, probably one of the guards or Colin maybe. Like, I'd probably say one of the guards. But, like, Colin has been doing a lot of work recently. I don't really like magic that much.
Why not?
Yeah. No, I don't really like it. I'm just
Why?
Sunya, you get called back to a time where she was talking to one of the people who were in this room, and they were like, "Oh, let me show you this cool like mind reading spell." She was like, "Oh, no, don't do that." And he's like, "Oh, well, just be for a second," and he cast it, and she just could not stop thinking about all of her most embarrassing secrets.
And then am I seeing all of them?
And then you are, in fact,
Like,
seeing
no,
all of them.
That stupid woman, you're reliving it in your head without realizing.
And so but out loud, she's just like, "Oh, just bad experiences with
stuff.
magic. Just, it was not good."
No bad experiences aside, maybe want to give it a second chance. I've seen it be used for a lot of very wonderful things.
Yeah, wonderful. But yeah, from the interrogators who can't read her mind's perspective, she's incredibly suspicious.
We've been hearing the guards being brought up a lot. Court will go. You won't tell them that they've been bringing up the guards a lot. It's like, are there any specific guards? Are any of them in that room? Or are they all researchers in that room?
I mean, I don't really. She does say I don't really know about any of the researchers. Again, like they got here relatively recently, so I don't know if they're good at magic or not.
Yeah, but if you say guards, or is anyone in that room one of the guards?
Oh no, all the guards are outside protecting the building.
Okay, are there any specific guards that you're thinking of? Do
Uh,
they have like a general or a leader or something?
All of them are at least proficient in some level of magic, because they have to at least know about it. Not necessarily be able to use it, but all of them have to at least know about it. And often people will like do a crash course and at least have some cantrips, just in case. When they get into sort of private contracting. But one of the guards is more of a dedicated spellcaster rather than just a shooty boy.
And you don't speak to the guards that much to know that, or do you?
I mean, like, I've gotten to know them a lot better since this started, but not I didn't really speak to them a ton before that. I think the god who was a dedicated spellcaster's name was like Fred or George or I can't remember, some generic name like that.
So you don't know. And also
He's
the
the
last
short
question.
one. The short one. That's it. That's just who he
God,
saved.
short one. Question mark.
That's who he
The
saved
last
from
question was who did you
consequences.
the last question was who do you also there was also who do you think's the least adept? And
Probably like Terrell. He doesn't really know anything about magic as far as I'm aware.
Mhm.
But again, maybe some of the research team.
in the battle, Cortez like, would have thought the research team would have been good at magic.
She doesn't know. Maybe they're all really good at magic. Maybe none of them are very good at magic. She just doesn't know.
And the last question that I've got written down was would anyone that you know have ill will towards magic users?
She already said herself. She doesn't like
Well, yeah,
magic.
she says she doesn't like. I've already got that down.
But she doesn't really know of anybody else on the team who specifically doesn't like it.
I'm out of questions, unless anyone else has anything. Because again, that's just the ones that we've been asking. Flat.
Do you dismiss her?
Yeah.
Sure.
As
She definitely.
as you take her to the cellar.
Non-memory ready people are incredibly suspicious of her.
I'm just gonna.
No alibi, hates magic.
I'm just gonna slip like a pamphlet into her pocket we'll put her, she's like I'll lead her into the cell. As like, have you considered this Sunya's religion? It's like, we help with all problems anyone might have, any at all, alcoholism, any.
She looks interested.
Yeah, so I've left her with the pamphlet that she can sit and read if she wants, but there's nothing else to read, so.
So who next?
I obviously will then inform, as everyone's like, yeah, it's very suspicious. Like, nope, alcoholic.
Drunk as fuck. Drunk as fuck doesn't like magic because someone used detect thoughts on her once.
Yeah, and she had some really embarrassing thoughts, which weirdly enough, a lot of them were related to her alcoholism. I've given her a pamphlet. I might try and help her in the future, but that's an after this problem.
Sunya, you'd also be painfully aware she has a crush on Colin and wanted nobody to find that out.
That's weird because for some reason I wanted to ask her, what do you think of Colin? That's totally unrelated that I weirdly wanted to ask her that. But I mean, I guess that answers my question that I forgot to ask.
I'll add fancies Colin.
Yeah?
To the notes.
That was one of her incredibly
Tio's
embarrassing secrets that she was reliving. She also has a small collection of rocks hidden in her drawers at her desk.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to describe another horrifying secret. That's normal.
All her pet rocks. All of them have little googly eyes, and sometimes she talks to them.
Alright, note to self, I'm going to animate them before we leave.
Her favourite anime is Boruto Next Generations. Now that's embarrassing.
No, she has taste.
Yeah, did you not hear what he said about the pet rocks?
Anyway.
So do you call in the next person?
And before that, just does anyone have any like thoughts so far on anything?
Yeah, that Becky last we just spoke to did just get a crap load of
one would did get a crap load of promotions and extra power off of this whole disaster, and also your thought spell didn't pick up what she did before she started getting drunk. The whole alcoholism side of it might have been a coping mechanism to counteract
Guilt.
the guilt of doing something that would cause something like this. But that might be a bit of a reach on my part.
Yeah, but it's not a bad thing to consider different possibilities. Well, yeah, we can continue on working through people.
The other person comes out. Says,
Who we got?
"Hello, I'm John
Did you do
Smith."
it?
Oh,
great, we've got
that's
to do
such a
what?
rare name, these parts.
No, actually, it's the most common name on this planet.
So what does this guy do? Because we haven't spoken to this guy yet. As opposed to the other three, we've at least seen what they were doing around here.
I'm just like an average office worker, but now I sort of like just do bits and bobs, maintain the base, stuff like that.
Shall we roll down the questions?
Let's do
Sure.
this.
Sunya, reading his mind, you are just hearing his thoughts of how do I come off as average as possible in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go for question 1.
Yeah, I'll scroll back up, look at the notes. First question was what were you doing on the specific date?
I was working. Yeah. You can check the security logs.
And alright, so that covers question 2. Is do you have an alias? If he's on the security logs, that's an alias as to where he was.
Also, I
And
just want to
then-
point out you are saying that wrong.
What?
An alias is an
Alright, it's an alibi.
Yeah.
The word is alibi.
Alias is
Alias,
if you
yeah,
have
I
a
am.
fake name.
Al-
Such.
Alibi
Yeah, yeah.
is if you have a
Yep,
reason
that
why.
is straight up mistake on my part. I typed it down by mistake and then just kept reading it.
But yeah, he's like that.
The
That's my
alibi. That is not going to happen again.
So he's just like, that's my alibi.
Alright, what was the next
Yeah, but the
question?
security logs don't say what. And he's an office worker who just does bits and bobs. The next question was, what do you know of the infection?
Pretty scary. It's a weird thing. Is it a virus or a spell? I don't know.
You know, if he's an office worker, he might not. And he's not one of the researchers. That checks out. Unless is he going? Please don't find out I'm a researcher in his head.
Sonia, all this guy is thinking is, how do I come off as average as possible to these people?
Sunya's gonna respond to his thing of seeing a spell. It's like, wait, a spell? What do you mean?
He just is like, well, some spells can spread like a virus.
Wait, they can?
No, I've ever seen, and this one casts a whole lot of them. Never seen out like this.
Yeah, some can.
Huh. I'm not really that magically adept. I've never heard of one like that before.
I mean, it's pretty common knowledge.
Turns to Sunya. What about curses? Do they count as this sort of thing?
To Sonia,
Uh-huh.
that was.
He would just shrug his shoulders at the question.
Sunya would feign ignorance.
Yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm a punchy boy. Don't know much about that. We'll look into that later.
just to like put the guy on his toes.
Okay.
What was the next question? Check notes.
Also, Sunya,
oh, yeah.
literally the only word you can hear in his brain right now is average.
Average, 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 average.
Occasionally you hear 50th percentile.
I take it. Does this guy come up with the same answer as everyone else has been to the out of your colleagues who's the most or least magically adept?
No, he says he doesn't know. He's not really a people person.
Colt in the back of his head is thinking, why is everyone in this workplace so antisocial? Go out and have a drink with each other for Christ's sake. One of you's already drunk as fuck.
All the people who were out drinking with each other all died.
The one who didn't drink with other people is lucky they didn't.
Colt is just in his head just thinking, be sociable with your work colleagues, damn it.
All the sociable people were out drinking one night and they all died when zombies burst in the bar.
Yeah,
All the
rave
antisocial
party!
people
Oh wait,
survived.
this isn't a party.
The only people who survived were all the workaholics and the antisocial people.
Yeah, I'll survive. What do you mean a zombie invasion started a month ago? Did it?
No, 2 years ago. But yeah, he's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about my coworkers. Don't think I've spoken to anyone other than my supervisor in months.
What's your aspiration in life?
Have you been working at this specific place long, or has it just been since the infection?
No, I've been working here for like couple of months, maybe coming on a year now.
Colt's trying not to shake his head, thinking, there's a real bloody infrastructure problem here if none of the work colleagues know each other.
Yeah, Sunya's gonna ask, what's his aspirations in life?
I really want to be an office worker who gets just the average amount of pay.
Okay. Is it the same thoughts there?
Yes.
Okay.
He's just thinking average.
Fuck. Gonna have to open the thing. I'm gonna have to do the save thing because I'm digging deep my voice.
Actually, fair enough. You dig deep.
I'm gonna dig. I can't remember if it's me that needs to make a save or him.
I believe it's him.
The target must make a wisdom save, yes.
Okie dokie. What's your spell save DC?
I like 20 or so. Give us a second. 600. 22. Stop adding things to his number.
Oh, holy.
Stop adding zeros.
I don't fucking need to, man. That was very. Sunya, you get a big no. You try delving deeper, and you just get buried in averages. You start coming up with you get misled in his brain, like it's a maze of averages, and you just end up with a bunch of statistical average facts.
Does a 22 insight get the same? Or does Colt get any tells that he's just going, just be average, like a nervousness or something?
Colt, your insight is you believe that he's telling the truth. As far as you're aware,
I don't like the repeated use of the word believe.
Yeah, you believe he's telling the truth. I mean, what are the odds that he'd be a 22 on insight? Gotta be low, right?
only issue is he now knows that I know that
Oh
he
yeah,
knows.
100%.
We're just like looking at each other. I was like,
I looked at him, he looked at me, and I mean, he doesn't bring it up.
yeah, either do I. We're just looking at each other.
Although in his head, he does just think, don't do that again. And then it's just covered in averages again.
Yeah, I guess next person then. All I've got in notes on this guy is apparently allegedly maybe knows nothing. Wanted to come off as average, including while under detect thoughts.
And then threatened, technically.
Wander off.
Okay, he's either suspicious or like a dragon in disguise or something.
Sunya, roll insight. Because
Insect.
if you can beat his either persuasion or perception or something roll.
Oh, but insight's my lowest of the eye. Well, it's not. Intimidation's a fucking +1.
You're not an intimidating wizard. 25. Well, meets it beats it. So, Sunya, you're aware that he's hiding things from you.
I mean, Andrew was aware of that too.
You are aware that he is clearly incredibly skilled at coping with magical attacks and also lying. You're also pretty sure that he was aware that you had cast Detect Thoughts the whole time. Perhaps even before he walked out of the room.
So, okay, we're doing well, but we're sort of at 4 for 4 at suspicious people now.
Yeah, I just typed up a straight up paragraph on that guy after that 25 rule.
He did roll a 25 on his deception. And I was like, yeah, you're 22. Who knows? And he also beat your spell save DC, which is also pretty cool. It did help that he rolled a nat 20 on one of those two rolls.
God,
Yeah,
so
Colt, if Sunya tells Colt all of this, you can just see Colt just starts cracking his knuckles. He's not like looking like keen on the idea, but he's like, let's see how you. Yeah, but if he turns hostile, let's see how he handles a decking.
see, Fume, who isn't actually here, they're finally coming around to your way of thinking.
Yeah, but this is like a
Yeah.
ne'er-do-well freaking...
Yeah, Griv's been gone for a little while.
It's just like a sus ne'er-do-well villain type, so Colt's just like, I'ma give them a bonk.
Now, I would say, like, if they're like my idea of like a dragon hiding, they might not be that bad, but we have one example, and prior to their redemption arc, they were real fucking bad.
Also have the time dragon.
Yeah,
Kind of count. It's still a dragon.
Yeah, true. We have seen him in like human form as well, but
in not giant. You haven't seen him in giant time dragon form yet.
I thought we had once.
No.
Was that not?
We've seen the artwork. We've seen the artwork of the time dragon itself, but
didn't we see?
Graham's back.
Nice. Didn't Graham and I see him in Time Dead World?
We did, yes.
You saw him in his human form there, I believe.
No. You said there was a big time dragon. Was very angry at us and how it was fixing time.
Oh yeah, you would have seen him when you went to the plane of time. Yes, that's true.
And Fume snapped time over her knee.
Yep. So, who's ready for the next one?
yeah.
So what you've missed out on so far, Graham? Sus, and sus. But
That's
all
not
for
true.
different reasons.
Suspicious, drunk, and suspicious.
I mean, some of the people are still suspicious of her because there could be reasoning behind drunk. I personally love that character and want to help her out of her issues. But yes,
It's true.
so
there
far,
could be reason behind why she's drunk.
yeah. So
Mystery,
far,
intrigue.
everyone is suspicious. 4 for 4. Colt's cracking his knuckles, and like Fume's whole torture plan is getting more and more realistic.
No, not torture. He's like, if that guy in there is some sort of super powerful like villain ne'er-do-well, since he was just aware that you had detect thoughts, and threatened you saying don't do that again. He was like, let's see how you handle a bonk from me.
Oh yeah, Sunya would be 100% aware that that guy is clearly skilled enough at identifying magic at a glance, and like not even magic that's obvious when it's active.
Also, would it make Colt feel better if I, instead of calling it torture, I called it enhanced interrogation?
I do feel better about it.
You know the way the US does.
I'm
so
not
they
saying
don't feel
do
bad
it
about
now. I'm not saying do it now.
All right,
And-
this guy is the main villain because he's the character I said that I liked the most.
Actually, I just realized something. Can a TQ have detect magic up?
Sure, you put up detect magic. Sunya is fucking bright. Actually, so is Fume, and to be honest, TKO is pretty bright. And
Yeah, but
almost
he's
hard to
focusing
see in
more
this
on,
corridor.
He's focusing more on the people that have been coming out of the room.
I mean, yeah, from this point forward, you can have that information.
Activates detect magic. Biblically accurate, Sonya.
Yeah, blue man, can you mind the door? I just need to go check something.
Sure.
So Colt's gonna just mind to the door while TQ like mimes doing like a routine sort of like check of everybody, make sure everyone's still there, but takes a look at everybody and then like comes back
Okay.
and retakes his place.
Notes. Faint glow of magic. You would see a strong glow of magic.
Of any specific type?
No magic. This one is faint evocation.
Right, so that checks out. They've got the book.
Strong enchantment.
Oh.
Nothing. TKO nearly goes blind. And to answer your question of which kind, every. You're pretty like when you're in that corridor and have it up, you almost think there's a flashbang going off in that room with how bright that is.
Comes back and like before letting this Popeye looking guy out,
You leave him alone.
mentions to everybody, just like in a like a hushed, like turns his volume down to like nearly mute, and it's like,
That last fella is absolutely overflowing with a yes amount of magic of all kinds. He practically looks like Sunya.
goes back
Yeah.
to the door.
This person has come out and is ready to be questioned. What's the first question?
Who are we dealing with here?
Just the guy in the green jacket.
I'm gonna call him Jeff. Fine, I'll call him Green.
His
Is
name's
he an
not-
office worker as well, or is he
His
one of the
name-
researchers?
No, he's just a random guy. I'm a minstrel. I was just walking along the street.
Whoa! You can't. That's racist these days.
What is what?
What?
I'll put him down as civilian.
I'm a musician. I just.
Right, that kind of minstrel.
Does he have any magic
What
off him?
the fuck is wrong with you, Sonya?
He does have like a guitar. You could go get it, but it's in storage. And he doesn't want to have to wade through the people again. Please don't make me go back in there.
It's fine. You're gonna go in a nice jail cell.
Will there be more room than in the storage room?
Yes.
Oh, that'll be great.
So Green jacket guy, civilian musician.
I just came in
Uh,
here when I was just nearby when like noticed zombies or weird things. And
Does
I
this
ran
check
in.
out with these thoughts?
I was just about to ask.
Currently, his only thoughts are about just like he's just constant music is going through his head. You think he's a pretty talented musician? Like-
Do wop a dip a dap da do wop. Just give it up.
In fact,
Sunya's like,
Sunya,
shut up.
in fact, Sunya, you're almost tempted to dance to the beat.
I
'Cause
know.
it is
That's why I'm like,
very-
shut the fuck up.
But yeah, he's just blasting absolute tunes out of his mind. You're having a great time.
Welcome to Radio MIND, the mind.
Sunya starts like tapping her foot to the beat subconsciously, and he's just like, "Ah, that's really inspiring. Actually, I was just thinking a song with that sort of melody."
So why'd you do it?
To become a musician? Well, it all started with my father. He was a musician, and he encouraged me to be a musician. This story will
terrible
go on
father.
for the next hour if you let it.
My
Yeah.
father
More
confide
pressing
me.
Oh, but do you want to hear more about my dad and me? We traveled along the roads.
There's hordes of infected banging on the doors.
You know what?
You're right.
Actually, no. You're right.
I'll summarize the story.
There's the guy we'll be putting you in the cell with. I'm sure he'd like love to know all about your story, and we'll
Oh, great!
we'll learn about it later. Yes,
That's great.
I'm putting him in this cell when we're done.
That sounds great.
So yes, back to actual questions.
I love talking to
Uh,
people.
The next question down was, where were you on the specific date?
Think I was. No, I don't remember.
Is Sonya now just getting?
Do
oh,
it
she's
up,
just getting
wop,
music still.
do up.
Wop, shuva wop, but do wop. Although at the question, he does think of like what the answer is, and he does genuinely just not remember really where he was. He's like, maybe at home, playing music, maybe.
That also covers alibi, which I got right this time. Which, if he doesn't know, he won't know if he has any alibis that
Does-
confirm
Do
it.
you have any alibis? I don't know. I might.
Exactly. That's why I said no bother and not bother. Does he have any knowledge of the infection?
No, not really.
Still just music in his head.
Yeah. I mean, he does also briefly think, no, not really. Before saying it out loud
Yeah.
immediately. But then it's right
Yeah.
back to our regularly
And-
scheduled
Yeah,
programming.
Sunya's getting the thought of like, good God, this guy is an idiot. So much so that the only thing that fills his head is only music. His actual thoughts are struggling to get through the music.
Head full of music. Idiot.
Heart full of dreams.
Empty head, heart full of dreams. There, that's a nicer way of putting it, isn't it? Does Tikio getting any like magic off from like bardic magic or something?
No.
Non-magical musician, cool.
He is not a bard. He just is pretty good at playing musical instruments.
So some
but is
people
not a-
say that my music's magic.
You know who says
What?
that? Bricks.
How dare you insult the people at my favorite coffee shop?
But yeah, he's just like some guy.
So this is This seems like seems on the face of it the least sus person so far.
Almost.
The most sus.
Either
Like
he's really not suspicious, or he's just the best liar of the bunch.
he's just so unbelievably overpowered that he's like gone over the max limit of what Tico's detected magic can reach. So
He's
it just
40th
zeroes out.
He's a 40th level bard, and he's just so good at deceive. He's got like 50 expertise in deception. His minimum roll on it is like 1,000. Actually, you need to
fair,
get outside of the solar system to see how much magic he's given off. That's the problem. It's all bubble.
why is that something I think that you would actually throw at us?
But as far as you can tell, this guy's just some random guy.
Yeah, and I'm imagining he doesn't have an answer for the most magic,
The other
least
questions.
magic, or any of that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
because
like,
it-
oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, probably like the lead researcher is probably the most magic. They started saying a lot of confusing stuff, but they definitely are the most magic. Because when they came here,
Oh,
I saw them control the weather, and that's like real big magic, right?
true.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Do you
big
remember what
one.
they said? Do you remember any of their names and what they said?
I think the lead researcher was Glinter? Glinter, yeah.
Can you? Oh,
Head researcher.
I know a lot about all the people here.
what was
You
the
do
weather
get-
like
you do
then?
get-
Like, what did they do? Did they make it like nice and sunny?
Yeah.
Or did they
How
make...
do you know? Were you there as well? You're a good person. But yeah, you would get the feeling that this person actually talks to people.
Yeah, Cole goes, finally, someone who actually talks to people. These lot have been so antisocial. Was it raining when they made it sunny? Was it raining beforehand?
It was cloudy. Looked like it would rain.
And Tiggy was like recording all of this. Do you know any other ones?
Yeah. Who do you want to know about? I've been speaking to everyone.
Any of the researchers or guards or anyone? Any information that you can give would be greatly appreciated.
Oh yeah. I mean, who do you want to know about? Chuck, Larry, Ben, Susan?
Threw out a lot of names real fast there.
Yeah. Slow down a little bit. What are the researchers? Who are the researchers?
Oh,
Because we don't have any of their names.
which researcher?
Well, you've given us Glinter, which is
Yeah,
the head researcher. Any of their subordinates?
Well, there's Brunhild. She's nice. She manages the storeroom. She's the one who keeps going in and out and gets my my instrument for me. But she's always going in and out, getting stuff for everyone. Then there's Vezo. He's pretty nice. I don't really know much about him. None of them really want to talk too much about their research. But I've seen Vezo do some magic. I think I've seen all of the researchers do some magic. They're all quite impressed, and they were pretty talkative about like most of the research they used to do before, like the last project they did, which they didn't really want to talk too much about. Glinta was like really good at manipulating sort of air currents and stuff. She studied like how to make farming better or something. I can't really remember. Sunya in head, it's still going like beep ba 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 da boop, beep ba 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 da boop. Brunhild was like good. Did a lot of mashy magic.
My brain just went because he's talking about researchers. It just changes to the He blinded me with science. Can't remember the rest of that song.
And the others explain theirs with two big words. Very
Makes
big words.
sense. Makes sense. Do you not know any of their other names, or is it just them three?
Oh yeah, I can name all of them if you want.
Yeah, if you could, because then we can at least assign answers to names as well as,
there's-
call them out.
There's Rhea. There's Kratos.
The God of War.
There's Lopal.
The God of Mischief.
Okay. There's
5.
Edward.
Just writing down Ed.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist.
The Alchemist. Both went there.
There's Guildheart.
The Harry Potter guy.
Who?
Yep.
Is it Gilderoy Lockhart?
The freaking scam artist.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read enough Harry Potter to know who that is.
I'm just trying to associate everyone's name with something at this point.
I mean, I'm typing them down, so
Fair enough.
we'll probably just go right back to these references when I read them out later. I've
There's
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names.
there's Kotari. There's Linda. Although I think she prefers to be called Lynn. There's Beagle.
Beagle or Eagle
Beagle
with a B.
B. Yeah.
Big Eagle.
And then
Right.
there's the last one's name is long. I can't quite remember it.
It's that vulcanization word.
That's fine. We can probably get them that of their boss. Have you met any of the gods?
Yeah. I named like 4 of them before.
Do you
Chuck,
know if any of them is the? Do you know if any of them is the leader? Or do
Larry,
they have
Ben.
like a de facto boss?
Yeah, Susan.
Susan is the. Well, is she a god though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great singing voice.
You said all the researchers don't really like talking about the research in the the research that they've been doing or the infection itself. Or will they talk about the infection?
I mean, they seemed pretty scared of it. Just like everyone else. But other than that, not really. They were pretty keen to talk about whatever fields they studied, though.
You don't by any chance remember what fields that they specialized in? It's okay if you can't.
No. Sunya, you're detecting that all 2 of his brain cells rubbed together for that answer. And then right back to the music.
I'm a Barbie girl. No, is that all the questions you got from?
I mean, that's all I can think of unless you two have anything.
Oh, no, I've got nothing.
You better dig deep on this one. Maybe he's hiding things from you.
No, I need to get rid of him quick.
So like, hey, do you play weddings?
Oh, yeah.
Do you like have a specific rate, or is it more of a like a
Oh,
tip
you seem
thing?
nice. I'll just do it if you want.
Sure. If we
Just,
all
like,
survive
give
the
me a
zombie
date.
apocalypse, do you have like a card?
Yeah. He like fishes around in his pocket for a bit,
Pulls out
and
a
gives you a
napkin.
card.
Thank you. If we survive the zombie apocalypse, I'll get back to you.
Thank you very much. Then he heads off.
Yeah, we'll put him in the same cell as the mega powerful person.
Just right here.
You go put him in that cell. He walks through and appears in this one.
That John Smith guy
And-
is such a dick. Bet John Smith isn't even his real name.
He's, you think that, and he goes, "John Smith is my real name, probably."
Just thinks. Sus.
Yeah, he responded to your thoughts.
Yeah. So then just thinks. Sus.
I'm not that sus.
You're reading my thoughts from the other room.
Yes,
Everyone who's done that to me is sus.
reading
Also,
everyone's
to,
thoughts from
to,
his other-
to, well, in that case,
Keep
to mirror,
investigating.
in that case, to mirror what you said to my friend before, stop it. Don't do that.
If you're reading everyone's thoughts, you know why we're here. So stop being a dickhead and help.
This is funnier though.
Oh, you are so punched.
Uh,
It doesn't matter if you are a dragon. I can punch a dragon's head off if I desire.
I'm not a dragon.
Doesn't matter what you are then. Anyway.
So do we just
Good
get the whole
question,
Sunya
good
saying that
question.
guy had like 2 brain cells?
Yeah.
Cool.
That,
least
that
he-
guy had 2 brain cells, 1 musical brain cell, 1 speech brain cell.
And,
And
yeah.
one of
That's
those was
it.
severely underused.
At least he was sociable and he was able to give us a little bit of information about the people who work here.
I agree. Now that I've actually caught up with everything that happened during that conversation, because I heard none of that.
Well,
I think we should probably talk to the lead researcher.
Yeah, because he reckons that the researchers are like the most powerful ones, and that they are scared of the infection. So, yeah, probably the lead researcher.
Yeah.
So if we lean into the room and ask specifically for a glinter,
None of them want to approach you. But Glinter will step forward out of the crowd. Hang on, some rearranging needs to be done.
I mean, Tika
we
will
go.
get out of the way of the door to let them out.
Yeah, but it's like they're staying away from you deliberately. And they're like,
Is detect magic picking anything up off them? They're a
Oh,
researcher.
yeah,
They should
everyone-
look at. They're a researcher. They should
everyone
look
that-
at a construct and just like immediately know what he is.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
might be why they're staying away.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
They're like, that is a freaking space station defense droid, and it is heavily modified.
But most importantly, you do see that all of the researchers are magic. But Glinter's like, I don't want to go near you. I'm 90% sure you're infected.
So are you?
I don't know if we resonate.
So are you? By the looks of it.
No, we've managed to keep our distance. I didn't realize you guys are doing the interrogation, but I'm almost
been
sure
dis-
you.
We've been disinfected before we came in here.
That disinfectant definitely doesn't work.
So
The
what,
virus.
What you're just letting people use it as a sort of to let them feel safe.
Well, the virus lays dormant in magic. That just cleans the outside of you. If you've been outside, there's a very high chance you were infected. Especially now. It only gets worse with time.
All the more reason to answer our questions, then, so we might be able to find a way to stop it.
Well, I'll answer them from over here. You just don't come any closer.
passes this information on to the rest of the party.
How do you want to do this? Do you want me to back off or manhandle them out?
I mean, I know my answer, so I'm waiting to hear from the reasonable party member first.
What about the rest of us?
Calls through the room.
You're probably also infected too.
So what makes you any different from us?
We got inside faster.
Yeah, but we've not been in contact with anything infected.
Yeah, but sort of in the air, kind of. Well, it's attracted to magic, is more accurate. And
Well, you're kind of screwed because you've got some magic casters in here anyway, and the
Oh,
doors
yeah,
have
what-
been open. If it's in
I-
the air, it's in here.
oh yeah, we're all magical, but we're protected so long as we don't go near the infected.
I
Have you
send
gone near John?
I create a construct bear to walk in and lift him and pull him out.
No!
Ah,
I was going to say, that's why Tikio said you want me to manhandle them, because Tikio could.
I don't want you to dirty your hands with this process. You're too good
fair
for
enough.
this.
Fair
and my response, waiting to hear from Colt was just drag them out kicking and screaming.
Bear Automaton just like grabs him.
Glinta, she is not strong. Very
Funny
easily
that.
dragged out of room.
No, darn my 8 in strength.
Very powerful spellcaster. Not the strongest. But yeah, drag her out. She seems incredibly distressed.
Did you do it?
Do what?
Exactly. It.
What's it?
It's it.
I had nothing to do with the Seppi.
Damn, he didn't continue the song.
Wait, what?
Does she actually respond with that?
Look,
Nothing to
She
do with
says-
Or are you
Giuseppe.
trolling?
she says what she says.
Okay.
The hell's that then?
You'll never know.
Getting suspicious isn't going to get you away from us any quicker.
Look, everything should be fine as long as we go just do a quick... How powerful are you guys? You guys look pretty powerful. Maybe this can be powerful.
Extraordinarily.
I'm a god.
How many
Yep.
celestial bodies have you moved?
Does my
I
own
mean,
I
I
reckon I
count?
could
cracked-
bench one
I-
if I really put me all in it. I reckon I could bench one.
Oh, you
I
reckon
mean,
you can...
I
You reckon you
cracked
could
the
move
crystal
the-
sphere.
Ah, nice. Then moving the moon should be like no issue for you. Yeah, let's
Wait,
go move the moon. That
wait.
should solve the problem.
Do you is all you want the moon destroyed or something?
No, not destroyed. That would make things way worse.
Oh no, my power just destroys things. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's terrible then.
Or I could freeze the place.
That wouldn't really help either. The moon would still be in the same spot.
Yeah, but it would like surely the would the thing be able to survive being in like sub-zero temperatures for a long time?
Yeah. I mean, especially, how are you freezing it as well? If it's magically, then definitely.
Yeah, I don't know anything I can do that's not magical.
Can you elaborate on why you want this done?
Well, the moon's in a bad position right now. If it was in like a slightly happier position, everything would be okay.
Spare us the oversimplifications.
Okay, so our team studied lunar magic.
Oh, you're
and
one
we
of them
thought-
lunatics, aren't you?
How did you know that was what our team was called? The Lunatic. But yeah, we studied lunar magic, and we thought we could harness the power of the moon to create like sort of timeless super soldiers that were magically enhanced. And we thought it might help us defeat that really annoying time dragon. And the issue with that was that the moon has like phases, and the issue with the phases is that we found out that the moon was sentient, and the phases were like different, had weird effects on the magic, and like we accidentally may have put the moon on like a bad orbit because we thought it would make the magic stronger.
So did you create this problem?
No, I didn't.
Did your team create this problem?
Like, maybe? Look, I wasn't in charge of the moon moving bit, but I do know that I have a pretty strong theory that moving the moon may have caused, like, the serum to mutate in a weird way, and, like, in theory, some of it might have gotten, like, into the air, and then rained on the planet, and then it evaporated, and it rained more, then
Created a cycle.
yeah.
What makes you think that just moving the moon back to where it should be would help? If it's
Well-
sentient, is it not doing this on purpose because you pissed it off?
No, the moon may be sentient, but it is still just a rock.
How dare you? My son's a rock.
Literally.
This
Likes
is
to
very
dance.
what?
Hey, you're the
Ah.
researcher here. I thought that would have been normal for
No,
you.
I understand you're all insane.
I mean, yeah, but
No,
I think you're the quack here.
I'm not a quack.
You are a duck, though.
You tried to harness magic from the moon to defeat something that that probably already remembers destroying that moon.
Look.
Yeah, I met the Time Dragon once. He seemed like an asshole.
We've
I
met
mean,
him a
that's-
few times.
That's pretty cool. And
Yeah,
you beat, and
I did something that broke space time, and he was like really annoyed.
fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
I broke space time. Researcher goes, fair enough.
It
Does he
happens.
go, you did fucking what now?
It happens. She's a high level spellcaster. She gets it.
are you at least working on a cure?
No, we've just been holed up in here because the person who could move the moon around sort of died from.
Is there equipment that
Being-
moves the moon where we just need to be powerful enough to do it, or was it like a specific technique they had that moved planets?
Oh yeah, if you can get to the station and you're pretty strong and pretty magically adept, you could probably do it. Maybe.
Cole just looks at TKO.
Yep. How?
Super fast, can survive in space, mega strong, magically adept.
Yeah,
can
how?
take
How
on-
would we know the correct thing to do?
That was our issue.
What, you designed something but didn't know how it worked? Or
Well,
is
we
it
all
something that was
worked-
already there?
We all worked on different bits of it, but the whole team that designed the moving the moon bit sort of all just immediately got. Well, they were very magically powerful, so the virus kind of went straight for them. So they all died very quickly. Like, very quickly.
Am I picking up anything special from the thoughts?
They're thinking, I really have to get to the bottom of this because I'm probably now infected and maybe have 2-3 days to live.
So it's just a hypothesis that if
Yeah, I don't really
we figure out how to
know.
move the moon back into its original orbit, whatever that
Al-
was,
Also,
that this problem will disappear.
I'm almost confident that it was some form of sabotage.
Do you have
One
a
of the-
suspect?
I'm not really sure. It was either a member of the research team or we did have some guests on the station that day. They might have survived.
Out of curiosity, have you ever met someone called a mayor?
No.
Just checking.
Oh yeah, you'd get along great. Like your literal house on fire.
Doesn't sound very good. Well, it does sound good to me, but not for them.
I'm immune
Yeah,
to
that's
fire.
Wait, you're also immune to fire?
Yeah. Fire fist
Aw.
up.
Yeah.
And then, like, her hand engulfs in fire as you fist bump.
So who were the guests on this trip?
Oh, I don't really know. I'm not. I'm not.
Were any of them still here when we turned up? Were any of them still in this building?
Maybe. I don't know who the guests were today. I wasn't the tour guide that day. That was Linda's job.
Why is no one just got information? Come on.
Why
It was
didn't
a
none of you
big
talk to each
research
other?
station. There were hundreds of us. Like, I knew a lot of the people on my team, but they all died.
Well, boo-hoo. Everyone I've ever known has died.
That's not
Or-
true. What about
But
these
from
people?
These specific people, it's been a long time. Like, survive 400 years and have everybody you ever meet die.
Not everybody, but that's just because I know other elves.
Man.
Almost every
Fume is now just thinking about everyone that, like, died.
like
and
I've
is just,
I've
like,
definitely
no
lost a
longer
lot of people.
responding.
I know a lot of humans that have just died.
They're so frail.
They really don't live a long time.
What if I just
Why
sent
don't
the
they
moon
live?
somewhere else?
It would probably be a really bad thing, because
Why?
then there'd be no solution.
So, wait,
Also, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to find the person who sabotaged the virus to begin with, because they're the only one who'll know how to undo whatever they did.
so
That's what we're currently trying to do.
yeah, so the infection isn't an ongoing thing that's being propagated by the moon. It's a thing that
Oh,
has happened.
I mean, it's already occurred. Like, the moon can pretty easily disperse an antivirus, but like, it would need to be in the right position. Like, the moon is a great tool to fix this problem, but we do need it, and we need to move it. But yeah, if we went back to the station, we could probably figure something out. I don't really know how.
Since you're supposedly infected now, if we brought you with us, would you be able to better instruct us on what we had to, where we had to go, and what we had to do, instead of just sending TQ up there on his own? We can
Oh.
do that, by the way. We can like bring people with us to the moon without like a spacecraft. Hell, our spacecraft is standing right over there.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can come with you guys. But I don't see what we'll be able to do without a cure or knowing how to.
Hey, where did the mayor go?
We have no idea.
Who
She did
is
come
this?
down with us, right?
Who is this
I,
American?
I left her in a desolate wasteland.
So she'll feel right at home.
Aye. Don't worry, I didn't let her near any population centers. I had to fly for a while before I got here.
Who is a mayor? This the wizard is the arch wizard asks you.
She's like a mad scientist.
Yep, mad scientist, maniacal inventor, killed countless people. Monster. She's kind of
Yeah.
like a cancerous growth. We can't get rid of it.
When I tried
Oh.
to remove her ability to make clones, suddenly the universe almost ended, so I assume she's doing a lot of shady shit.
Well, that's not that sounds horrible.
Like, possibly one of the most evil beings we've ever met.
Like I said, we've tried getting rid of them. Really, still working on that.
But we may have convinced them to make a cure to this.
Oh,
Or at least to
that's
try.
good.
Yeah.
They
are
were
magical.
intending to make a worse thing.
They were intending on it, but they'll probably find that it targets magically powerful creatures, which she is, and that might make her like figure out a cure if. But I'm not gonna put any money on it. Let's put it that way. She'll probably just figure out a way to just implode the planet and the moon, knowing her.
Right about here, Sunya, Colt, Glinta, everybody who's just in this corridor. Can you give me a quick wisdom saving throw? Won't be that
fuck's
difficult.
sake. For fuck's sake. It's a mare, isn't it?
What?
One wisdom. 2 wisdom.
Does that work?
Diamond Soul.
3
Lucky.
wisdom.
Fucking 2 rerolls. Right, 23.
Oh yeah,
I'll
the
take that.
Archwizard passes as well with that 27.
23.
Yeah, you only needed like a 15 or better. To know not to look directly into the thing.
So
Like
a bunch of
crack
us look
in reality,
directly into the thing.
a crack in reality appears. Oh yeah, Colt looks directly at it.
No, he
Crack-
doesn't got 23.
Oh, sorry, 23. Yeah, that's
So
fine.
just Sunya then. Well, one of them.
No. Which one?
That's a good
The one with-
question.
The one with plus 7. They all have +7, don't they?
No.
No, one of them has a 6.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh.
But that was a 21.
which
One of them
one?
has a
Okay,
plus
I
6,
think
but it was
I
21
think that one
gold.
would have been Mirror, because it's
Okay.
the third one I had opened.
A small, tiny portal to the far realm opens up for a brief bit, and a squiddy tentacle produces a very slimy vial that looks like it has screamy demon souls trapped inside of it, and then presents it to Sunya with a tiny note written, like literally post-it note with like marker pen written on the side, slapped on the side of the tentacle, that just says, maybe cure,
Maybe acid.
and then a little dash, and then PS, don't use magic. PPS, unless you want virus stuff, which does sound like kind of a riot.
PPPPS. I'm infected and loving it.
I tried cures 1 through 8 on myself, and I feel a bit better now. This is cure like technically 9.5. Don't ask. Or do. The mirror Sunya learns the answer to why it's 9.5 when they stare into the far realm.
Okay, so
It
here's
breaks Sunya's mind for a bit.
yeah.
That Sunya's just drooling in the corner for a while.
No, that's normal.
And then once you take the vial from the squid, if you do you? It retreats back into the far realm, and then that snaps shut behind it.
Colt,
And she
like,
just goes, "What
again-
the
again,
fuck
he
is
does-
that?"
I was just gonna say, like, Colt doesn't, again, not looking directly at it, he just gestures his hands in that general direction and goes, a mare stuff. That's what she do. I take it
Wow.
you're not opening that vial, Sunya.
Okay, so thought.
Oh.
What if we track down the person who can fix this shit, who has been infected, and use this to uninfect them? If they're already fucked and this is bad, then nothing bad comes of it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good plan.
Like, I imagine they'd be on that moon base still.
Probably.
So we still have to go there.
I mean, yeah. But also, I'm pretty sure someone sabotaged the moon base.
Yeah, but would that person still be up there, or would they be back down here?
If I was gonna sabotage a moon base with a deadly virus that would maybe kill everyone on the station, I know I wouldn't like to be around for very long once I'd done that.
I didn't mean it as in they've done it intentionally. I mean they might have been stuck up there.
Maybe, but I doubt it. I know a lot of escape pods launched during, before, and after
Well,
everything started going to hell.
either way, regardless of finding whoever caused this, wouldn't it still be in your best interest to at least
yeah, I'm
start undoing this?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna help you out. We've got maybe a couple of days to live, and the more you use magic, the worse this gets faster. So,
Alright. Get ready to be stuffed inside a magic ring then.
that sounds bad. I don't.
Nah, you'll be fine. It's just a pocket dimension.
Yeah, but that's gonna accelerate this.
But if we're going to cure it as quick as we can, does it matter? Shouldn't we use everything at our disposal to do it as fast as possible?
Kind of matters. Like, if we stay in there for like, casting a spell is dangerous. Stepping into a magic ring, that's practically suicidal.
TQ, how quickly can you get to that moon?
In a dead straight line, about 7 seconds.
It would take you more than 7 seconds. The moon is quite far away.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
he's
the
just from it.
TKO wasn't great at math.
I mean, he does have that voice because some of his code is balked. It is possible.
That's fair enough. She's either really impressed or doesn't believe you.
I mean, it's either that, or you're going to have to hold your breath while he drags you through the vacuum of space.
I mean, we could just take a ship.
We have one right here.
Yeah, you just climb on his back.
Or
Yeah,
zap into the ring.
There are actual spaceships.
Also run on magic?
I mean, not all of them.
One of them
Some are
runs on
hybrid.
hamster.
If we're using a ship that doesn't run on magic, wouldn't it take ages to set one up, fuel it up, get it ready, take off, land?
I mean, it might take a day, but stepping into that ring for even like a minute or two would probably accelerate you to like not long left to live.
What
I
do
think
you
you
reckon,
got, like-
smart people?
I think you got like 10 minutes before you'd succumb to the virus, tops.
Question. I'm not really a magical person. I use spiritual energy known as ki. Does your research have anything on how that gets affected?
As far as I'm aware, it affects living things as well. But I'm not sure the severity. I know it also piggybacks on magic, but I'm pretty sure you'll be susceptible to it.
I mean, yeah, probably still, because I do a little bit of basic stuff.
Also, you've got so many artifacts. You've got an artifact on you. Virus is drawn to that thing like goddamn flies on poo. But she doesn't know that.
We can spend a day getting a ship ready to go there, or we can have a sort of plan on what we're going to do when we get to the moon and zap there as quick as we can. But we will only have like 10 minutes.
I mean, yeah. We could try teleporting there as the other option. It's faster, but it's...
Isn't that magic?
Yeah, it is. Which is the problem. It's faster than the ring thing. Which means we'd be less exposed to the virus, but it would still definitely shorten our time a lot.
What about this?
By how much?
Hard to say.
What if we just squished into a small ship and then TKO you just pick it up?
Yeah, resilient sphere, this shit.
Exactly.
Using...
But not magic.
I mean, we could find an escape pod. We could find one of the crashed escape pods that the people who abandoned the station were in.
And Tikio could just fly that up by hand.
Yeah?
And that would only take half an hour at most instead of a whole day.
Yeah. I think that would be a reasonably good plan.
Alright.
So we've got that plan, but we still need to find the person who did the sabotaging. And you said you think it was a researcher or one of the guests, in which case Linda, one of your researchers, was in charge of that.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Linda was managing the guest list that day.
Right. Might have to have an ask with her about who was on the guest list and what they knew about them. Right, do I have that noted down that the thing was a guest? Yeah, because it might have been a guest. Have you not spoken to the... If you suspect anyone in your research team, have you not spoken to any of them about it, interrogated any of them? Since you're supposed to be their boss, after all.
I mean, we conferred amongst each other, but everybody denied it, so didn't get much leeway or headway there. Other than that, we've just been working on countermeasures to not get infected. And the main way we were doing that was by not casting any magic and suppressing our magic as much as possible. But then you guys showed up and you grabbed me and now I'm gonna die in 3 days.
No, we're not.
We might do.
Yeah, but you might die in 5 minutes.
Also true.
So I've got 11 names for the researchers, and there's 11 people in that room. So everybody else in there are all researchers, yeah.
Yeah, everyone. No, that guy's not a researcher.
I've got 11 names.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, that's 12 people.
There's 12
counted.
people, including, especially her. You don't have this guy's name. Because it was very long and hard for the guy to remember.
Yeah, I am counting that. I've just put long name, not known, but I do have a note there, so I still counted it as a name. Just want to have the specifics.
This guy's not a researcher, and you haven't questioned him yet.
Mm-hmm.
So... So interrogate the rest of the researchers to see if we can glean anything with our methods, as to whether they know anything about any potential sabotages, and then immediately afterwards go looking for a pod. Which can also change depending on what information we find.
Yep,
Is anyone else still here?
Yeah.
I'm still here. So is Andrew. Is Graham here?
Yeah, yes.
Cool.
Sort of.
She'll also inquire, can I join the questioning?
Why?
I want to...
I
I'm
mean,
just slightly
in
invested
theory-
in the stakes of not dying.
I mean, in theory,
The
you've also...
problem is...
Yeah, go on, few.
In
I've-
theory, the person who has most idea of what sabotaging the thing would look like is the person standing next to us. Pointing at her.
Also, if you've already interrogated them and brought up nothing, then we bring them out and interrogate them, and their boss is still here. They're probably going to try and finagle out of it a little bit harder than a bunch of strangers talking to them.
Sure.
I know. I think she should be here for the questioning.
I would like to be. I do have a vested interest in not dying.
I mean, I also think you're probably the best qualified to know if someone's saying something that's bullshit.
This is true.
as you
We
know
do-
actually
we-
what the research was doing rather than us where we're like, hey, like we didn't know this was about the moon being weird and moving to bad karma juju movements. Like what? I don't understand any of that shit. I'm just
Yeah,
a
I've never looked at it
stunningly,
in magic.
I'm just a
Yeah,
stunningly
magic's weird.
awesome person who doesn't understand anything that's happening to me most of the time and just muddles through.
Slight puddle of drool slowly forming.
Drool?
To the researcher lady.
What's the deal with that John Smith guy? Have you spoke to him?
Who?
Never mind. Never
I've-
mind.
I've only spoken to that bard. I think he's
Yeah,
bard.
he's
No, he's not
He's
a
not a
bard,
bard.
trust me.
He's
Oh,
a
okay.
traveling minstrel.
Okay.
he's just got a head that's empty and a heart that's full of dreams.
Fair.
Really sociable though.
Fair enough. Who
So
do you
what
want
would
to?
say? The next person that called him would be Linda. Anybody else? Any other comment on that?
My only comment would be that to note that it is getting late, and
Yeah.
True.
so we might want to do the rest of the interviewees next time.
Fair enough. Next time, move the moon.
Yes. Or blow it off.
That's all Colin wants you to do. He's such a nice guy.
God, I bet he's having wonderful nightmares.
He's having great dreams. Sunya's having the horrible nightmares.
Well, I'm glad that this was definitely straightforward and that everyone's gonna die.
Everyone's
Shouldn't have
gonna
come here.
die.
I'm not
Of,
going to get to my wedding.
everyone's gonna die eventually. Not right now though.
Does my immortality cover